We live.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free.
Hey, man, say, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Another episode of The Ugly Truth, man. 2024, man. We is here. We is excited. We is happy. We is getting to the manyan. We definitely got a special guest in this. We gotta introduce my man, right, man. I wanted to tell him something before I introduce him at the end. I'm gonna tell him what I'm finna do with his name, right? We got a real estate investor, right? So let me let y'all know where we at. We in Atlanta. We got a real estate investor. He rents, rehabs, do new construction. He does Airbnb arbitrage. He is domestic. He is Airbnb international. You understand me? He is legacy over currency trust. He is the youngest entrepreneur that I have ever met that does what he does. He has no vices, all hustle, very responsible, don't be on nothing lame, all about the bag. Keep his cars clean. If you watch him on Instagram, he's always going through the car wash with the bullet. You understand me? His real name is Earl J. Allen, but I call him Mr. Pittsburgh. And you know why? If you ever come to Atlanta, figure out what Pittsburgh is. I want y'all to welcome my guest, Earl J. Allen.
Man, appreciate the intro. First of
all, my brother.
Hey, after that, blessed and highly favored.
Listen, you definitely are, man. You definitely are. Listen, man. Me and Earl finna play catch up. My admiration. See, I ain't seen Earl in a couple years. I see him online. I talk to him here and there. I probably get on his nerve asking him certain questions about certain things. Earl to me is an inspiration for everybody. What he do and how he handle his business, how he responsible, how he makes sure that everybody okay around him is important to me. Character to me is very important, and Earl definitely has high character. I met my player partner back out when we was doing shout out to David Shands. I forget the tours we was doing for the kids, but Earl was like the youngest one there. He was out there handling his business, doing what he do. And we just linked in, locked in, and this man is Mr. Pittsburgh. Do you hear me? He does everything, gets all his businesses going. I'm not saying just one, but he took over Pittsburgh before Pittsburgh blew up. So, again, welcome, Earl, man. I want to talk to you. I want to catch up, man. How you been, man? Talk to us about what you've been doing, how everything been going.
Man, listen, life as of recent has literally been a movie, to say the least. It has been a movie. So between international business, local business in the Pittsburgh community, just it's overall movie. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Well, listen, man. Share with the people, man. Forget how we met. We'll get to that. How did you get into the Airbnb space?
So it's funny. I actually got into this on accident. So I was at the time living in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my wholesale business partner, and we were splitting $1,000 rent. And me, because I'm just that guy. I'm like, how can I reduce this $500 coming out of my account every month and make it zero? What can I do to either increase my income or offset it? And so at the time, our videographer who documents our clothes and everything, he was like, hey, I need a space to live in Atlanta that's closer than where I'm at right now. I'd be willing to sleep on the couch in the family room area of your space. I just need to be in Atlanta for his business. So I was like, all right, bet. We wasn't using the family room area anyway. I ran out to him for $500 a month. I'm no longer paying rent.
Damn. Listen, did y'all hear that? That man was thinking how to get to the bag. That man was thinking how he could cut his expenses. And one thing about me, if anybody know me, even to this day, everything I got going on, I live 5-6 times below my means. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, after you got into Airbnb, no, hold on. We can go all over the place. When we was rocking with, and we still do, I'm pretty sure we both still cool because we both just talked to him. One of the biggest podcasts. Shout out to Social Proof, man. I am not a hater, man. Shout out to Social Proof. Tell them about the tours that we was doing and how we met, man, on the tours and what we was doing.
So David Shands, again, shout out to him. We was doing this movement called Black Wall Street, where we literally go to.
Let me pause you right there. I want you to keep going because I want Dave to answer this. Dave, who taught you about Black Wall Street? I want you to know tell me who came up to the kiosk and told you about Black Wall Street. But continue.
So we was hitting high schools and we was sharing just our journeys, our testament of being in the entrepreneur space and how there was a different way because, you know, obviously most of the kids was either thinking, all right, school is school, but when I get out, what am I going to do? They thinking I'm going to be a rapper, athlete, or what? Do something probably not you shouldn't be doing.
Facts.
We was trying to show them exactly. We was trying to show them a different way, and that was the premise behind the Black Wall Street tour.
So let me ask you: do you remember the day I was there and the things that went on with me that one day?
I can't say I did. I can't say I did.
Dave remember because I just talked to Dave.
Refresh my memory. What happened?
I was talking to the kids. We was kicking it, and my phone kept ringing because I was doing real business, and it was my turn to talk. They probably should have never let me talk. And I put about $5,000-$6,000 out of my pocket, all 20s.
I remember that.
I remember
that.
You remember that?
And everybody in the room perked up to listen to what you had to say after that. They're like, "Oh, this man just bleeding money."
So story goes according. So I've heard 3. Shout out to my nigga Change. I've heard 3 different stories. I don't remember the version because I literally was trapping and when I say trapping, legal trapping. I go in there and it's like, all right, Ed, you could talk. And I just pull out the mind and say, listen, man, I just made this today, man. I'd have made what your mind gonna make in a month or the next 2 months, man. So going to work is not it. And your teacher who teaching you, she ain't making no money neither.
Yeah, I remember that part too now.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, y'all need to do what y'all love to do. Y'all need to follow not just your dream, follow your dream, but put some action behind it because everybody up here doing what they want to do. And that's what I told them. I said, don't listen to your teacher. I said, all due respect, but don't listen to your teacher because they don't want to be here.
Shout out to the teacher, though, for taking it like a champ. She didn't interrupt. She didn't butt in. She did raise an eyebrow because I watched her when you were saying that. And she was just like. Yeah. And it wasn't a knocking. It wasn't a diss. It was respectful. Yeah.
It was respectful. But the thing is like you can make legal money. You can make $5,000-$6,000 in a day. This teacher is finna work her whole life for $30,000, and I'm sure you've done a $30,000 deal in one deal. Mm-hmm. You're finna work okay, let's say 40, because I just seen Cobb County, which is one of the best counties. They offering police for 50, so you ain't making 50 starting off. And it wasn't. I was wanting the kids to understand. Listen, man, what they teaching y'all is wrong. I never believed in the school system. What they teaching y'all is totally wrong. Whatever y'all want to do, y'all can do. But back to my man. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. I'm going to tell you online, so if you want to sue me later. Okay. I'm making a shoe. But you ain't the only person with this name. I think a dope-ass shoe would be named Earl J. Allen, but they will only be dress shoes. Earl J. Allens. And they going to call it, I got them Earl J's. Yo, his name is
them Earl J's.
Earl J. Allen dress shoes, though. Instead of Stacey Adams, I'm going to allow you to get in on it. But Earl J. Allen shoes. Like, I'm dead ass serious, bro. I've been thinking about this shit for 2 years.
We'll talk about the back end on this later.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put some money up because you gonna have to sue me because I ain't. You got to put some money up. We gonna go through court. But so in your like, I'll jump all over the place. So in your real estate venture, after what was you doing when we was doing the tours? What was you doing there?
I was strictly wholesaling at that point in time. So I was wholesaling houses. That's actually when I was starting my work in Pittsburgh. So I would literally, when we had the Black Wall Street stuff going, right after that, I go right to Pittsburgh and check out 2 or 3 wholesale deals.
And I got to ask you one more question because I got a lot of questions. It was a white guy. He was real weird. He was from a different country. But he was doing great for you. Do you remember him? I don't know if you remember, but it was a guy. I think he had like 3 or 4 wholesales, and he was a young Buck Nation, but the nigga was old. It was a white guy.
You're talking about Vladimiro.
Vladimiro.
Yep.
Tell me about Vladimiro because he was exciting. I feel like.
So this is a story right here.
Go ahead.
So
ain't gotta be short.
at the time, my former assistant, she was my current assistant at the time. We was skip tracing, wholesale, and doing the whole nine. She didn't have a car. She just came down from New York, wants to change her life, do better. My business coach connected me with her, so she catches Ubers to go to and from her house to the office we had. So in the middle of an Uber she caught going back to her house one day, she was talking business with me, and the Uber driver was Vladimiro. And so he was listening to the conversation, and he really liked what he heard. So he asked her, hey, I would be interested in, getting to know more about that, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, well, take me to the office tomorrow, and you could meet my boss. Okay. He's the one who put me on, and blah, blah, blah. And so the next day, she comes back. She's like, hey, I got a guy I want you to meet. He's very hungry, blah, 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 blah. And we met. And then from that day, in a literally 60-day period, he closed 4 deals after that.
Let me tell you what I know, right? So what I personally know about this, and listen, I was so excited. Earl don't know this. A lot of people don't know that you inspire people, right? Mm-hmm. So it was an inspiration to know that he was that man had to be over 40 years old. I know for sure. I ain't gonna say for sure. Earl, what would you like? 23 back then in 2018?
When I met V, I was 23. Yeah.
Earl was 23. He was telling me, bro, and Earl still looked the same. Meaning the nigga looked old when he was young. Now that he look old, but I'm like, God damn, this little young nigga. But then I was thinking you was already like older.
Everybody thought I was in my 30s when they until it was like put out there what my age was. Everybody thought I was in my 30s.
But he carried himself with this is what's important, right? He carried himself with such decorum and carried himself with such, it's not responsibility, prestige. But it wasn't a front. As y'all can see, this is still Earl. This is how he was at 23 years old. He has not, I'm not going to say he hasn't changed. He has grown, but he hasn't changed in his core. Earl has always been Earl. He has always been, I thought the nigga was older than me, and I was in my 30s back then. I'm like, damn, this nigga's serious. Like, okay. But I say all that to say, like, you had, and we're gonna transition into it. You had started Young Buck Nation, and I was going there, and the reason I was going was I wanted to be around other people who was doing it. Mm-hmm. And at that time, like, man, this nigga 23. I think how old are you now?
I'm 29.
29. This nigga is like 12 years younger than me. So at the time, I'm like, dang, Holmes doing it, and I like what he got going on. But I feel like Earl got like an Excel spreadsheet. I feel like Earl got like everything he could pull up online. If you ever watch his stories, he'd be like, oh yeah, we ain't got paper towels. We're finna go buy some more. We got a storage full of this. Oh, they broke in. All right, cool. We gonna fix this. Or we starting a new Airbnb. Oh, we got the blueprint. That is amazing to be that organized at that young. So I want to go back a little farther before we go forward. What got you to be able to be that organized and that pristine in your organization?
That is a tribute to my parents. My father was in the military. My mom was the former treasurer of the Secretary of Massachusetts. So
you give me military vibes.
Yep.
Give me. Did he whip your ass a lot?
Oh, of course. Yeah. It was his way.
Traumatized?
No. Because I understand looking back on it, it was always out of, he wants better for me. Like, we can get into it, but stuff that I would do, it was like, okay, why did you get in a fight on school grounds? Why didn't you do it off the school grounds so you didn't have to get the school involved? Did you win at least?
This the thing, though. Let me tell you something. I swear for goodness, I said this coming here. Earl is the nigga that you think not finna do nothing. I've never been to school with this nigga. I met him at 23. Earl is the nigga that you'll go to school, pick on, and y'all gonna leave. Y'all gonna think that something wrong, or y'all gonna play with him because he calm, and he gonna have that overly goddamn uncle strength, and he gonna beat the shit out you.
Side note, I actually got into 2 fights in high school, and fight number 1 is for that exact reason, because they thought, even though I was on the football team, even though I was on track, I'm talking about in the best shape of my life, I was a specimen, still wanted to try me because I was quiet and I wore glasses, and I ended up breaking his nose. And
nah, I can tell. I said that. I was thinking when I asked you to come, and shout out to you for coming, I said, bro, I can tell that Earl been strong all his life. Earl was like, I don't need a bottle. Give me a cup. Like, you've been strong. But another thing that testament to that is you're strong mentally.
Yep.
To survive in Atlanta. So shout out to my nigga Cordier. He ain't gonna like that I said that. Shout out Q. Y'all scam likely. He was just he does skits about how many jobs. He like, bro, you gotta have 2 jobs, a little bit of scamming, a little bit of this, that, and the third. And for real, I make great money in Atlanta. And when I go to the grocery store, I be like, how people that make 40, 50,000 survive and go to the grocery store? Like, what about the people that's right above getting food stamps? How do y'all eat? And what are y'all eating? Anyways, back to real estate. So you did the Airbnb arbitrage. I don't know. I might be exaggerating. And it might be okay. I feel like I just seen you online with like at least 10 Airbnbs.
Yeah, that was like year 3, year 2.
Shit. Talk to us. Just hey, listen, pop your shit. Act like me for a little bit and just pop your shit and tell them what's going. I got this many Airbnbs. I know you don't like DR, right?
Yeah, we're in DR. Yep.
So DR, just tell them. It ain't even. It's not cocky. Just tell them what's going. Cause I don't know. Like, yo, I started off. I had this many. Now I got this many. Now I'm international. We want to know. I want to know. I would like to start by Airbnb, but I just don't like dealing with niggas.
So, well, you're in the right marketplace to start an Airbnb then. So, you to continue off my story earlier, I actually discovered house hacking.
Okay.
And that's what I was doing with my videographer. And then the thought came to my mind. I'm like, wait a second. I'm not having to pay a mortgage or pay rent per se. What if I do this in another house that I own and I can profit off of it? Because I only charge them that because that's just what my bill was. So fast forward 2 years later, I bought my primary residence, and it was a 3-story townhouse. Each room had its own bathroom. And I was like, okay, I'm going to rent these rooms out. And I ended up doing that. My mortgage was $1,500 a month. And I rented each room out for $1,200.
Pause a second. You bought your house.
Yeah, I bought a house.
How old was you?
I was 24.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. This is important.
So yeah, 24, I bought the house, and I got a whole nother side story on that.
No, tell it all.
We'll talk about, I don't want to go too many sides, because my life has a whole bunch of side stories. We'll go down that road later. So
this show is about what you got going on.
I got you.
Go ahead.
So I bought the house, and then I furnished the rooms, and my mortgage was $1,500 a month. I was like, okay, cool. I rented the first room for $1,000, and it was instantly rented like literally 2 days later. I was like, okay, so I did the second room, and I pushed that one to $1,200, instantly rented. So my mind, I'm like, okay, I got great cash flow, but dang, these are going like hotcakes. Am I underpricing myself? Like, what's going on? So, anywho, I'm bringing in about $2,200 a month. My mortgage is $15. Add utilities, make it $16, $17. I'm literally getting paid to stay in my own house. $500 a month to live in my house. I'm getting paid to live in my house right now at 24.
The power of a man, because women not gonna rent their rooms out. But continue.
Single man too. Single man. So
shouts out. What's your Instagram?
Earl J. Allen.
Earl J. Allen. The name of our shoes. Keep going.
So after I did that for about a 6-month period, another thought came to mind. I'm like, wait a second. I'm making $700 or $500 living in my house right now. What could I do with a house I don't live in? So at the time, I was fixing up 3 or 4 houses in Pittsburgh. I was like, you know what?
Explain, because I know you know.
I got you.
I know. What do you mean by fixing up? What's going on?
So at the time, I was full-time wholesaling. That's how I was able to get my house and all that stuff.
Explain wholesaling. I know I'm breaking it down. I know
you.
We know. Just tell them what wholesaling is.
So pretty much wholesaling is finding properties that are in distressed situations. You're putting them under contract, and then you assign your interest to another person to fulfill. And then when they fulfill that duty, you get a commission off that.
I'm going to break it down a little different. Just a little different. They don't even have to be bad or under distress. You are getting a house under a contract, whether it's bad, good, or great. And you are saying, hey, I'll buy this house off of you for this much. And I need this much time to sell it. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. And you go to the marketplace and you see who want to buy it for more because you got it for so low, right?
Yep.
And then you're selling them. So this is what I say, though, because I teach my students. It don't have to be distress. Distress means bad. You can get a house in a good area. You can get a house in a great area. And, you can get somebody to agree to a contract. If anything I say is wrong, let me know. You can get somebody to agree to a contract, and then you can go sell it to somebody else, right? The paper. So
There you
we
go.
call it
Assigned
now,
interest. Yep.
We're assigned interest. So there's a lot of different audience, assigned interest, different people, what you're doing, and then I call it this, right? Because it sounds better. Because we just live in an era where people like words. Flipping paper.
Yep.
He didn't have to put no money down. He didn't have to put no money in the house.
Nope.
Nor is he on the hook for any money. I have a conversation with a person, and I tell you, I can get your house sold in this amount of time. So I just want everybody to know, because this is a part of the game of real estate. Like we said in the beginning, it's about real estate and relationships. We'll get there. But you can actually go find somebody. And I said this, and somebody was like, you would do that? If your grandma's house, your aunts, your uncles, somebody passed away, get it under contract, sell it to somebody else for more. Keep going. This is about you.
So, at the time, I was doing very good at wholesaling houses. I was making checks left and right. 2007, like one of the things I talk about, 2017 was one of my favorite years. And why was it? Because it was the wild, wild west in Atlanta. I'm talking about in terms of politics, everything was just lined up correctly. Wow. And I joke about it, and I still joke about it. 2017, the money I made in 2017, I was living off that money up until 2019.
I got to pause, right? Y'all going to laugh. 2017, I made a lot of money. But 2017 is the most women I ever slept with in a year. But keep going. You getting money, and I'm knocking down broads. 2017, I made a lot of money. A lot, but it was a lot. It was the most ever. I was writing them down every time. But keep going.
Yeah, so I took all that money I was making, and I was like, okay, I'm literally giving away this wealth in terms of these houses. I'm wholesaling in Pittsburgh. Let me start holding some. Let me start, like, keeping some for me.
And I'm going to cut him off a lot. And I'm sorry, Earl. I just need the audience to understand. Pittsburgh is one of the areas that's finna be gentrified. That Earl is one of the only people in Atlanta that know it's finna be. I'm not even playing. This shit look like the bluff. It is terrible. And I'm scared to deal with it. Because I was talking to Earl at the time, and he's showing me how, man, all this shit look bad. I don't know what you know about this shit, but you know something that everybody else don't know. Earl was in Pittsburgh when Bitcoin, I'm going to use the analogy. In 2017, Bitcoin was $750. Last year, Bitcoin was $64,000. That's Earl. Keep going.
So, yes, I was like, I'm not going to be giving away this wealth no more. So all the cash I accumulated in 2017, I put it towards actually holding some of these houses. So I had a bundle of houses that I bought, and then I started fixing them up one at a time. Now, backtrack to when I bought my primary residence. Remember I said 6 months in, what can I do for a house that I don't live in terms of making money? So I was on the tail end of finishing one of my projects. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sell this house. I'm going to refinance it. I'm going to furnish it. And I'm going to see what happens. So to give you all numbers, I bought this house for $50K.
Literally.
$50K. I put another 70 into it. So I'm all in for 120. It appraised for 215,000. So now, so now I refinance that. I get back 176,000. So now,
hold on. Yeah, I told you I'm gonna stop you because the audience got to know, right? You had good credit?
No,
you didn't.
And not that's well. So I did have good credit to get my.
I get in there. Go ahead, because we gonna get into the dynamics. Go ahead.
So at the time, my credit score was like 740. So, but then
hold on, wait, nigga, what? Nigga, what? Hold on, what the fuck is your credit score now?
Oh, my bad. I be
no, nigga. This nigga just said he don't have good credit. It's a 740, bro.
The standard of excellence. I'm sorry, that's the standard of excellence I have in myself.
Yes,
my bad.
I'm just saying we get into that, but goddamn, come on, nigga, my shit ain't even a 7.
So, yeah, at the time. So back to the numbers.
Currently, the fuck.
So
I'm trying. I'm using Rent Karma and I buy my babyback.com and whatever other site. Keep going though.
So yeah, I got a check for 176. So obviously I got back all the money invested and then some, and then I furnished the house. So I furnished the house. I probably put like $4 or $5 grand into it. Other thing, I didn't use any of that money that I got back from my refi to do that. I used a business credit card. So I used a business credit card to furnish the house.
So this is the question, bro, because you're young than a lot. I ain't gonna use those words because we don't need to be. Where did you learn this from?
So age, and this is my pivotal years, age 18 to age 20, I was on a knowledge binge. I was literally finding anything and everything that could help make me a better version of me, because I had what I call stinking thinking back when I was 18. And it wasn't as bad as other people stinking thinking, but I just knew I wasn't having the right mindset for success. So for that 2-year period, and I was living with my mom at the time for 18 and 19, then my dad 19 to 20, and then I moved out. For that 2-year period, I was watching any video on Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Eric Warwick, just absorbing.
But your credit score is a 740.
So
we gotta get. Hold on, wait. You just okay? That was nice. But how did you get your credit score to a 740?
You want truth be told? When I was 19, it was a 590.
Okay, how did you get it up?
So I had high credit card usage. I had some inquiries and all that stuff. One of the things I did in my knowledge binge was learn about credit.
Okay.
So obviously I learned the game, that I put a plan together, and I literally put myself on a 1-year track of from this period to this period, and this was like 19 to 20. From this period to this period, I'm going to knock down all of my debt. I'm going to then start putting, like anytime I buy something, I'm gonna use my credit card, pay it off, keep the balance low. Okay. I'm gonna start building good history on my personal report.
I got a new credit repair guy. Go ahead.
So, as I was doing that, at the same time, I was wholesaling houses real time when I was doing this. I paid down all $25K of my bad credit card debt.
All right, now we stopping again. How the fuck is you 19, 20 with $25,000 of bad credit card?
That's from college and other stuff.
Okay.
I went to school for a year and some change, and then I retired from school because I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do with my life.
Okay, keep going. Keep going because this story dope. Like,
yeah. So I paid off $25K in bad credit card debt. I paid off my other $25K in student loan debt. So by the time I'm 20, going on 21, I'm literally at zero. Most people are at negative something. Nobody. I owe money to nobody. Discover, Navient, nobody. That was my Christmas present to myself.
That's how you can have the. He don't even have no ego. No disrespect. He got an ego, but this is how you can have the, lack of better words. I don't even know what better. That outlook that he got on life because you know you don't owe nobody. I love it. Keep going.
Oh yeah, I tell
feel
people
like DJ Khaled talking to Lil Baby. Keep going.
I tell people all the time, man. I felt like I was walking on clouds the day after I made my last payment to Navient, because I was just like, yo, I don't owe nobody anything.
Right.
Nobody can check for me. No one can put anything on my credit or harm. Like I don't answer nobody now. So now all this money is house money. Me.
Facts.
So yeah. After I got all that stuff right, let's fast forward back to the house.
Good, keep going.
I put a business credit card to furnish the house, and I was like, I'm gonna use the cash flow from this unit to pay off that business credit card. So I still got the 50 from the refi. So obviously, what did I do? Got another house. Now, at the time I got the other house, I was gonna see how this house performed. If this house performed, then I'm going to obviously keep them. If it doesn't, then I'll sell it.
Right.
So my mortgage at the time for that house was $1,200. That house made $4,000 month 2.
Who told you about Pittsburgh?
So nobody told me about Pittsburgh.
Bars. Believe in yourself. Keep going.
I just use proximity. So I looked at Atlanta on a pie chart or in a map, and I saw it's like a giant pie. So you got Northeast, which is Brookhaven, all that stuff. Northwest, the Bluffs. Southeast, Kirkwood. And then Southwest, you got Pittsburgh. And so I know all the growth already happened in Northeast and Southeast. And I know no growth is happening in Northwest right now. So this just makes logical sense. The next place the growth is going to happen is in Southwest Atlanta. So I'm like, why not position myself and go in on that? I told a bunch of people about this, and very few people believed it. Everyone called it a war zone, dead zone, drugs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see.
He betted on himself. If I would have knew what he knew, I'd have bet it. But keep going.
So yeah, back to the story. I refinanced the house, got all that stuff going. It made $4,000 month 2. So $2,800 came to my account, net cash flow.
Profit. Let's and I know you know what this means. Net means liquid.
Yep.
Net means what I have in my account, what I can pull out is what he was able to get. Keep going. I love this story. I don't even know this story, but I love it.
So at that time, when I saw that happen, I had 5 more houses that I was already fixing up that I was going to sell. You think I sold them?
No, sir.
I finished every last one of them and refinanced them all again. And same numbers, either I got this one for 50 or I got that one for 80. The renovation budgets were similar, but I was pulling out 20, 30 a pop minimum.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do real quick, because I'm going to let you finish your story. But for the audience, how was you able, and who was you going through? And I'm just going to use some different terminology just for the audience. Was you dealing with hard money? Was you dealing with conventional? Was you dealing with private money? Like, how was you able to do what you was doing? And listen, he charged a lot. I charge a lot. And this game is in that, but I want him to explain, because people are like, oh, well, how was you able to do that and get the money to rehab? How was you able to get the loan to get the house? Who was able to give you the refi money so they can understand? Because they're like, oh, because what they're going to think is you had all your money in your account.
So at the time, I bought my first house with OPM, other people's money. So you remember Vladimiro? So Vladimiro,
yes.
We put, about $30K in his pocket in 4 months of working with me in terms of wholesale fees, right? Vladimiro knows some very high, powerful oil business millionaires in his home country.
That Russia?
No,
it don't matter.
Yeah. So he reached out to them, and he was like, "Hey, I met this guy. He put literally $30K in my pocket. Like we've been doing this for the past 4 months. Videos, documentation, all that. These people looked me up. They looked me up, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna give you 200."
200 rackets. For the people who are not urban, that is 200K, 200,000.
So we took that money, bought 2 houses, fixed up one. Obviously, that's why I did the refi, paid them out, and then moved on to the next one. Same thing.
What's his name?
Vladimir.
He trusted Earl, though. Why? Because Earl handled his business. When I said at the beginning of the show, Earl is very responsible. Even myself, I feel like if I get $50,000 to Earl, if the deal don't go right and he promised me my money, he gonna give me back my money. Like, hey, I guarantee. If Earl guarantee, if he say, hey, this is an investment, it can go right or wrong, it is. But if Earl say, give me 50,000, I can guarantee it. Earl's character is gonna say, nigga, out of my own account, I give it back to you. But keep going. But they trusted you. Shit, I ain't never heard none of this. Keep going.
So yeah, after we did the first 2 houses, then we started, because we was doing all this privately funded. So after this, then I started learning about hard money. And I was like, oh, wait a second. So we don't even need to float the whole 120, 130. We can just put 10, 15% down with a hard money lender, and then you're going to float the rest. So that's how I got 5, 7 houses real quickly. And that's, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Listen, he is the code. I don't know if y'all can see the shirt, right? But this Mr. Pittsburgh, he is the GOAT of Pittsburgh. I feel like, because when Earl was doing what he's doing, right? I was doing houses here and there, moving company, car lot, this, that, no bragging. I feel like Earl single-handedly brought Pittsburgh up, because I don't know nobody else that was doing that. I was dealing with a girl over there. Y'all know I like women, right? I was dealing with a girl in Pittsburgh. And the house on the outside looked like Afghanistan after they blew it up. That's how Pittsburgh used to look. It looked terrible. Inside was decent. And you know what I always say? Earl never knows this. I'm like, oh yeah, my man's. They think this is my cousin or something. I'm like, yeah, my nigga Earl be over here. Woo, 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 woo. Because they all shotgun houses. But, so as you got that, you was able to get the funding. You learned about hard money. You start doing Airbnbs. If, you feel okay with saying it, what area are you in Airbnbs at this point?
What do you mean area?
Number wise.
I mean, my business does 750.
No. Damn. Shit. I was talking about,
Oh, I thought you were, my apologies.
That nigga said, nigga, look, little nigga, I do 750 a month.
Not a month.
I mean a year. Go ahead.
But so what was your question then?
I would say how many houses have you got up to?
Okay, so right now my short-term rental business is up to 23. That's rental arbitrages and houses I own too. So it's a mixture.
Listen, that is important. He started at 18 learning. That's why they say, again, I told both the people who finna get introduced, the Bible says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. From 18 to 20, Earl, seek knowledge. The knowledge is going to supersede it all. You know why? Because once you get knowledge, you understand. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then guess what happened? When you get understanding, you apply it. And you know what that's called? That's called wisdom. When you apply it, then you become wise. Because everybody online can go, oh, I know this, I know that. But you know what happens is that they don't apply it. So, fast forward. 23. Now, I want to get how you in DR, and I want to go to DR because I got a trip planned soon. So, how'd you get in DR?
So, this is the power of relationships. So, I won't go to DR, and I was on vacation. While I was out there, I was at a sports bar watching a football game.
And he don't drink, but keep going.
Exactly. So I'm at a sports bar watching a football game, and I'm kind of like ducked off to myself, like I'm on a don't bother me fly zone. This gentleman sees me in the corner, and he just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good, what's up? He's like, oh, chilling. He's like, which team are you a fan of? And I'm like, I'm a fan of this team. He's like, all right, bet, I'm a fan of the other team. And we started talking real quickly. And he's like, so what do you do? I'm like, oh, actually, I do real estate back in the States. He's like, that's crazy. I'm looking to get into real estate. I'm like, well, that's what's up. What do you do? I do cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I'm looking to get into that myself. So fast forward, long story short, we talked like the rest of that day. And then we went to another location, and he showed me his crypto portfolio. And I showed him my real estate portfolio. Literally that same day, we went back to his high rise, and he put a house on the contract in Atlanta.
I'm going to say another bar. They trusted him.
Yep.
Right or wrong?
Yep.
They trusted you. They believed what you had going on. Earl is different. There's no comparison. Everybody is great in their own sense if you have the results. I don't want to hear nothing if you ain't got the results. Earl's posture, that's the right word. Earl's posture is I'm about this. Without I'm hollering I'm from the streets, without hollering I'm the best doing what I'm doing, he just lays a deal out, or he lays what he got going on. Because I believed him at 23. When he was 23, I believed whatever he was saying, because I know that he was researching. Why? Because he's going to come with the facts, the data, and the statistic. Am I right or wrong?
Yep.
Do you research what you got going on? So you met a person kicking it.
Yep. Completely just chilling. And again, crypto was an interest of mine, but I didn't pour a lot of energy in terms of studying like I wanted to.
Right.
So obviously when I talked with him, we started talking. He showed me his crypto portfolio, how he scaled it from like low 5 figures to 7 figures in a year or 2 year span. I was like, okay, he seems knowledgeable what he's doing. But what really set everything over was when he went on a limb and invested in a deal with me. And mind you, we're in the DR still. He committed to this deal back in Atlanta that he has not physically shown up, walked, seen, pulled comps, none of that stuff, but he trusted me.
Character.
So that spoke volumes to me. So after we got that deal done, I put some money for crypto with him in return. Like, hey, like, you obviously showed me you trust me, I'm gonna return that favor. And he helped me grow into a 6-figure crypto portfolio.
So without saying too much, meaning for them 3-letter people, what other investment? You got real estate, and he's renting out, and you're doing new construction,
Yes.
and you're rehabbing because you can't do nothing without rehabbing it. Some of the things you want to share, and I tell everybody, don't share everything that you don't want to share. What other avenues of revenue are you investing in? You ain't got to go deep about it. What other avenues are you investing
I mean, it's real simple for me. I try to make sure everything, I like to keep the main thing. So real estate's the bread and butter, and everything kind of supplements that. But I got real estate, short-term rentals, wholesaling, consulting, car rental business, and crypto. That's it.
Listen, and this is the sad part about it. You need all that to survive in Atlanta. If you want to go to Papa Do's 2-3 times a week, you need all that. And Earl has no vices. Okay, so we got, damn, that's a lot. How'd you get in car rental?
So, no sit-down meeting with
Because I seen that I-8.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So I had another sit-down meeting with another trusted individual. And again, we had that conversation. And he wanted to go in on a car with me. And so he fronted the funds to get that car. And he's like, but this is going to be our venture per se, our car. And then after that, we got 3 more after that. And then soon after that, we got another 2 more. And that was that. We stayed at 5.
All due respect, you ain't got to say too much. And I say this because I don't like when people say too much online. And it comes back. I-8 is 6 figures.
Yeah.
What way y'all making that happen? And I'm not counting your pockets. I'm saying for the people like.
So this person was a very well-connected individual. We did have Turo. Turo was a way to get, clients, but he was real connected in the entertainment space. And so he had private clients that would rent these cars.
Okay, so we've been talking about all the good. I didn't mean to ask him how much he making off of this stuff. He said $750,000. Jesus.
That was just off of one thing. That wasn't total. Just FYI.
Jesus. Ladies, listen. Earl J. Allen is his Instagram. He has no vices, though. You can't get him drunk. He not taking no drugs.
I will occasionally smoke. I do occasionally, not like I'm looking to go smoke, but I will entertain that.
If she cute enough.
Yes.
You gotta be cute. You dig what I'm saying? This is a bitch. These are the guys I tell y'all to talk to. Stay away from niggas like me. Listen, I'm gonna take you up through there, baby. I'm gonna give you relationship love and give you side nigga attention. You don't even need nobody like me. Earl J is gonna make sure you good. The books is gonna be okay. He gonna let you know everything. That you got $400 a month to spend on this, $200 on this. I'm like, you ain't got nothing to spend on nothing with me, sweetheart, because we are not together. But anyhow,
I can't wait till we talk about some relationship stuff because you gonna be blown. You gonna be blown about it.
Oh, I know you about your bag. But so real estate, cars, crypto,
Mm-hmm.
I'm investing in some, and I might say it wrong. Is it Ethereum?
Ethereum,
How
ETH.
is that doing right now?
I think it's trading at right under $3,000.
Okay, I bought it at 2. I might have a little money coming in.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna tell you what I did. I gave a bunch of money to 2 different people. One of them, they lost all my money. The other one, they showed me my crypto. Just cause what me and Earl was talking about earlier is we pay for our time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what we was talking about, just real quick, and then I'm going to bring on your other ventures.
I got you.
The other things you got going on.
So we was talking about how we're both very high operating individuals, and time is a scarcity to us because we just got so much going on. So when we want to enter a new venture or a new space, we don't back in the day when I was 19, when I had all the time to study stuff, I study stuff. But now we want the SparkNotes version per se. What do I mean? We hire the experts, we pay them the consultation fee, and we get all their knowledge and blueprints and stuff that they spent years what's the
Learning.
term? Yeah, learning, but there was an F word I wanted to use. I forgot it. Whatever. Start with an F. But anyway, fine tuning. There you go. Fine tuning their operations. And now here we come entering that space that they done spent the last 5-10 years mastering, and we just get the SparkNotes for a fee. And I'll happily pay the fee because why? I got
All the time.
Exactly. I got all these things going on. I don't have the time to learn this new sector, but I want to be in this sector. So let me find who's in the best or the top 3 of this sector. Get them, get their resources, pay them whatever it's going to cost to get access to it, and off to the races.
I got 1 or 2 more questions before we get into the adventure of what you got on your shirt. How did you get into trust, and what is a trust? How does a trust work? That might be a long question.
That is a long question. You might want my
I'm
tax attorney here, but I got you.
But I'm going to step to the left for a second.
Okay.
I want you to explain it to the audience of what that is.
Okay. So to make a long story short, a trust is another entity. It's an it's its own quote unquote organism, meaning I can go buy a piece of property, right? And when I buy a piece of property, whose name is it going to be? My name. Or if you was to get an LLC, it could be under the LLC's name. A trust is just another version of an entity. But now here's the cold part about it. It comes with a bunch, and I mean a lot of advantages. And if you get the right type of structured trust, you are literally playing Monopoly in real life. Life will become a game. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of how to get that trust and all that. We could talk about that another time. But what I will say is benefits of having certain types of trust. You don't have to worry about capital gains tax, meaning when you look to sell a property and you haven't owned it for at least bare minimum 3 to 5 years, you'd have to pay up to 20% in terms of capital gain tax. Another plus is ownership, meaning the trust owns the property, but you are not tied to in terms of ownership. You just control the trust. So if somebody wants to come after you, sue you, or what have you, those are two. You're not tied to it. Your trust owns it. So yeah, when it comes to what I do in real estate, everything I have goes into a trust. That way, if I was to ever get sued, if a contractor want to come after me, on paper, I own nothing. On paper, I don't make a lot. On paper, I'm broke. But between me, my tax attorney, and God, we know the real deal. So yeah, do your research, look into getting a trust, look into finding people who know how to set up certain types of trust. And I'll give you you want to get a irrevocable spendthrift trust. I'm not going to get into it, but that would be what you want to look for.
And with the trust, if you know or if you don't know, is trust touchable when it comes to suing?
I actually just covered that. So yeah. So if you have a property in an LLC and somebody was to sue you, they can do what's called piercing the corporate veil. And why can they do that? Because they can easily go to Secretary of State and see who owns the LLC, and then boom, tracks back to you. We're coming for it. With a trust, that's not registered on the Secretary of State site. That's literally a offline physical document that your settlor sign, and then boom.
Let me tell you something. Earl was telling me about this years ago. Of course, he's still in his 20s. God bless him. He's still learning.
A 5-part trust? What do you mean? Master, non-guarantor, irrevocable, spendthrift trust. Yes.
Yeah, 5-part. This is my question, right? In my 20s, I don't even want to talk about that. But how did you learn about that? So,
relationships again. I'm at an event one day, and they was talking about taxes at the event. And the speaker was, rah, got the room going. He was sharing his spill. I'm in the back of the room chilling, and I see this gentleman right next to me who was also in the back chilling. And he's very unenthused on his phone, just like blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what it was, but I felt compelled to just talk to him. So I'm like, hey, man, what do you think of the event? He's like, man, this guy knows nothing about taxes. I'm like, whoa. You just go shoot shots like that? You better go on stage and say your part then. So that got me curious, though. I'm like, okay, so what do you mean? He's like, man, listen, I run circles around that type of people, man. The people I work with, the stuff I'm into, listen, when you really want a true tax attorney to really put you in a position to win, for your future legacy to win, here's my card. I called him that same day. I'm coming to your office. Let's hear what you got going on. And then he put me on the trust.
And this is what I see Earl do all the time, right? He hold over certain parts of the check, as we all should, personal information. This nigga putting the check in every other week, every week, sometime 2 in a week. And he is what told me about ABC, always be closing.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things he just kept putting into play online. That's why online is important. Because even though I wasn't able to be around you as much, I've been learning from you. And the cameras I got around, we all agree, it's a compound, come from Earl and watching his Instagram and things that was going on at one of his 23 Airbnbs. And that's important. Relationships. So I call Earl. So this is what I said, right, when I asked him to come on, right? Because Earl is one of the people. Earl is like, and it's not what he is, but Earl is like cyber tech. And if you don't know what cyber tech is, that keeps you from getting hacked. That's what happened to the credit bureaus, Wells Fargo, and different things. When somebody could come and hack in, it's cybersecurity. Earl, I think the word, tell me, he gonna know it. Is it stealth? Is it the word where it's very like you don't know they there, but you will know when you get up on them? Earl is one of those people where you might think you could run up there, but then the gate, if it look like it's regular, you touch it and it's gonna shock you. Earl know a lot of wisdom and full of wisdom. My appreciation, he don't even know this. My appreciation for him, I've called him about 5 times. Earl don't call me, I call Earl. Like, hey, what's this and what's that? And I almost be like, damn, I'm finna call this nigga again. He finna be like, man, you finna be like the rest of these people. But when I call, he be like, oh, Ed Jones, hey, what's going on? But Earl got so much going on. And Earl got a podcast going on. Podcast popping. Talking about real estate. Talking about business. This is the thing you got to understand. Numbers don't matter in certain areas, and I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why it bothered me when I realized numbers in business matter, but numbers don't matter in other areas. When I seen a girl have 1 million followers and couldn't sell one t-shirt. And at the time, the richest man in the world was Jeff Bezos, and he only had 369,000 followers. I'm like, hold on, the richest man in the world got like 649,000 followers than a girl who doesn't do nothing. When it comes to social media, be careful, because it does not depict the whole story. It does not depict everything that's going on. And all of us is not on there. Like, I would love to be on here a lot. I'm doing 3 houses right now at one time. I don't have time to tell y'all everything going on. That's just not me. But Earl has a podcast going on, and that's where I sing like, oh, yeah, Earl doing his thing. And I like to connect with people, and I call myself regular. Even though we're extraordinary, we make the world go around. Earl is a regular, extraordinary person. I know that's an oxymoron and 2 ends of the spectrum, but if you ever get to sit down and talk to him, he's going to give you so much information and so much game and so much understanding. Understanding is the key, because that means you know how to move you and make your plays. But what he got going on is his own podcast. We'll talk about it later, but he had Young Buck Nation, probably still got that don't know. But what he got going on, it's him. He has a dope co-host. He has a dope show talking about things that are important. And these things are important nationwide, because what we got going on and what Earl got going on is all across 50 states. So Earl, what I want you to do is introduce what you got going on. I want you to introduce your show, and I want you to introduce your co-host and elaborate on it for a little minute.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Good?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. So we have a brand movement called All Things Entrepreneur. I'm not going to give you the details on it. I'm actually going to let my wonderful co-host do it. But before I do that, let me just let you know. Obviously, you guys just heard a little bit about my story and heard where I'm from, what I got going on, right? My co-host is 10x that.
Hold on, wait. That's a lot.
So hold on.
That's a lot, nigga. Because I've been here talking about you, nigga, like you was like Jesus' little brother.
So
that's Jesus' little sister.
Yeah, we go with that.
Go ahead.
Big sister.
Damn, you right. Go ahead.
So she comes in, hedge fund manager, has international projects going on in Exuma, Bahamas, sits on a board, Favor Friday. I mean, the list goes on and on. Hotel owner in the U.S. I forgot about that. Owns multiple chains of hotels in the U.S. And just a dope individual to know. And that is my wonderful co-host, Miss Jessica Myers.
Hi.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let's get this shit going. Shit. Yeah, hold on. We got Jessica Myers in the building. We gonna spice it up.
I'm excited. I mean, this has been an amazing conversation. Like, I've just been a student, like learning. It's been amazing.
Listen, she's properly. I am happy to hear this, but I'm gonna calm it down so that you can talk, because if Earl introduced somebody like that, it's a lot of importance.
And it's so funny because I was so inspired by him. Even when we connected, we were both on a journey searching for knowledge. So just how we came together, how we were able to, we actually started out learning about wholesaling. And then I went and I was like, well, let me go try it at a different angle. And he tried it a different way. And I just been inspired by his path. So, and that's why I was like, let's come together and have conversations and teach people about what we were able to learn about our journey. As he went his path, I went my path. And then it's funny how the paths came back together for such a time as this and what we're able to do. So it's been amazing.
Right. And so how did y'all meet?
Actually, so I went through a Les Brown conference. That's how I found out about real estate. And I, too, was on a path. I'm in corporate America, and they telling me, they're like, hey, what's going on with these sales numbers? And that's why I'm like, oh, goodness, I need to find a different path. Because, honestly, I wasn't the best employee. I like to take long lunches. I like to own my time. And when I went to go travel international, they were like, oh, you can borrow from next year's time. I was like, next year's time?
So he named like 7 things, right? Just touch on a couple of them. He said hotels. Mm-hmm. That was the one that stuck out to me. He said like 4 other things. Just elaborate. And this is the thing. You are a beautiful black woman. And I like to praise y'all.
Yeah.
You got some motion going. Let me say this though. Guess what, ladies? She's married. Yeah, but continue.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, having a partner is what helped to sustain a lot of the success that I've been able to attain. But it definitely started from wholesaling, learning wholesaling, understanding, like you said, flipping paper. Really what that taught me is that you can find an undervalued asset, add something to it, and then now you can take it and get it for profit. The same thing applies on multiple levels. I was actually going to lunch with a friend of mine, teaching her what we do in real estate. She was like, that's the same thing in the commercial space. It's like, do tell. And like he said, when you partner and network with other people, you get to leverage from their experience.
Okay.
So she had 14 years experience, and she's telling me it's the same thing that you're doing in real estate, the same principle as what we've done in the hospitality industry.
Residential.
Yeah. And so like for single family. So anything over 4 units or 4 doors is considered commercial in the commercial space. So she was like, the same thing you look for is wholesale, like you look for an undervalued asset. And you find ways to add value to it. And then now you can eat off of it. I mean, ultimately, that's what he's been doing. That's what we learned to do as wholesalers. And it applies the same in the commercial space. So we've been able to get, our Home 2 Suites by Hilton. And, we partnered.
Elaborate. Yeah, go ahead. No, jump in. She just skipping over stuff.
What brand?
She just skipping over and jumping over.
What wasn't the red roof? What brand?
Right. So the Home 2
Suites. It wasn't Motel 6.
Home 2 Suites by Hilton. My partner and I, we were some of the youngest to acquire into the Hilton brand, and then we've since,
Nah, see, she's trying to skip over. I'm gonna get into it. How does one do that?
Well, for one, that's why I always say networking coach, because you can partner and leverage off someone else's experience. And one of the things that I do is I partner with people to amplify their vision or goal. And her vision, like I said, we just going to lunch at this point. I'm doing real estate in the single family space as a developer. And she's like, well, my vision is to own a hotel. And so my thing is like, whatever you say, like, let's do, like, cool. Okay, how do we network to make it happen? How do we leverage our resources to make it happen? Now, it took 2 years to find the right deal. But when we found the right deal, we were able to make it pop. Honestly, during the pandemic, that's where a lot of opportunities, where they say during a bad economy is when the most millionaires are made.
Because the interest rates is high right now. But you ain't got to share everything. You ain't got to share your secrets. We're just saying how. Like, I'm going to do the same thing I did with Earl. Like, financial wise, hold on. Not just financial. Because when people are doing deals, we know the money is the easiest thing to get. Mm-hmm. How do you find the deals? how do you know how much the deals are worth? How do you run comps? How do you know how much the ARV is after the repair value, after you fix? Like, how do you know these things? Like, how did y'all find a hotel and say, all right, cool, even if you got a friend, they're not just letting nobody in?
Well, I mean, and that's the thing when you get the right friend. That's the thing about networking. So it just so happens that my friend had a lot of experience and a lot of connections. She actually used to read the STAR reports, which are, you know, the performer or the aspects of.
We don't know. You're gonna have to break it down. So, not even for the audience, for me. What is a STAR report? Because I feel like I go outside, I'm gonna look at the stars, and there's gonna be a report of how many stars.
It breaks down a lot of those. So in the commercial side, it's a lot more dynamic.
Okay.
As far as, you know, the numbers that you're looking at, like the Airbnb, if they're out of toilet tissue, like you said, he has a Google
system
or Excel sheet.
Excel, yes, he does.
Yes, so those are performers or larger, larger expressions of what's going on financially within the larger asset. So it's the same thing. It's just almost like if you could just imagine looking at it much more macro on a larger scale.
So she didn't tell you nothing. I'm sorry. I was trying to get it out of her.
And, well, as far as how you connect, literally, it's by putting together the pieces. Like, okay, if you had, I literally broke it down to 3 parts for every deal that I've done. It literally breaks down to 3 parts. You have the opportunity itself, and so that's what are we going to wholesale? What is going to be that undervalued asset? So it took us a couple of years to find, like, okay, how do we look for what type of opportunity we have? That's where you build like your investor thesis. Like, what are you looking for? What can you handle? And then you bring the skill set and know-how, the team that helps you to achieve that.
Let me break the question for the audience.
And then the capital comes to execute and you have the plan.
Because you're talking from an aspect of understanding. Okay. We want to talk to the people. How do you find the asset?
So
we can go three levels.
So through building relationships. So when you start going for opportunity, you now start looking at one of the things we did in wholesaling is looking for people with stack problems. So you have this, who has a problem in the commercial space? When I have somebody sitting right here and she's like, oh, I want to own a hotel. Who got problems? You start building a relationship with banks. Because when you start trying to go to the person directly.
Now we getting somewhere.
When you go to the person directly, they're going to want retail. Like, I'm sure if you go to a lot of people, they want, like you said, the beautiful house in the beautiful neighborhood, they're going to want retail price. But then when you go like, who is the person who deals with a lot of problems? And when you're talking about a down economy, we're in 2020. You're talking about a down economy, like who's dealing with the most problems? Oh, the banks. The banks are dealing with people who are not paying rent. So now you become a solution for their problem. So when you start talking to the right banks and having the right relationships, and this is all from connections, we're leveraging now on people who now have experience. You know, my partner who had experience in the hospitality industry for years. Now you can leverage it with someone who has a relationship with the banks who got a huge problem that a whole bunch of people ain't paying their bills.
So now we found out how to get it. How do we bring it up to value though? Because if they're having problems, meaning that it's not bringing in, it's not generating enough income, and what I call unlocking the keys of real estate investments and income. Yes. How do we get the income out of it? What are we doing? And we call it rehab, whatever you want to call it. So now you find a hotel. Mm-hmm. How do we bring out the value in it?
So the advantage of multifamily versus single family. So single family, someone can't go rent the space until it's completed. The advantage of multifamily or commercial deals that are larger, you can actually, they'll have some, so for example, our hotel had 85 doors, right? Mm-hmm. Only a percentage of them may be unoperable or needing to be renovated, but you have the majority of them that are operable. So it's already, we acquired an asset that was already up and running and generating revenue. So now you just fix the room. So where as the average daily rate or the nightly rate that you would come rent the hotel, it might be $60. Cool, say less. We'll take 5 of those rooms, renovate those, and now start renting them out at a higher price. And then you gradually renovate and fix up. Exactly. And that's the advantage of getting, multifamily or commercial space, because now you can have cash flowing assets at the same time you're renovating and fixing the rooms while increasing the rate and the value over time.
Okay.
So it's a much larger play and a much bigger strategy.
But you just said it. It's the same thing. You're just stretching it out.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that my friend helped me to understand when you start networking and talking with the people with the right experience. they can take your play over here because her understanding the wholesale play, but her really having the background and knowledge and years, you're able to leverage that and make bigger plays together. And that's the power of a mastermind alliance. That's really what's happening and what's going on, which is why I call myself a networking coach, because it's about networking and connecting with the right people to build your mastermind alliance so that you can achieve your vision. Because your vision should be so big that you can't even achieve it in your life. But the more people you partner with and align with, that's how you're able to achieve it. So I've been able to help people with pretty big visions.
Listen, do y'all hear that talk? I'm encouraged. She's encouraged. We got the audience members encouraged. So we got the third part, the financial part of it.
Yes. So once you have the opportunity laid out, you have the skill set and know-how. That's the people, the experts that you're leveraging their experience. Then comes the capital to execute. There are 4 layers within that. The first one starts with your personal. What do you have in your bank account? The second layer starts with friends and family. Those are the people that generally, they see your vision, they get you. Like you said, you met with people, they get you, they know you. Okay, now the third tier will be like, what business leverage can you do to get access to more capital that way?
Is this is all about capital right now?
Yeah, so the 3-part formula: the opportunity itself, the skill set and know-how, and the capital to execute. Okay. So the capital is 4 layers under the capital where you can get money from, starting with your own bank account, starting with friends and family through collaborative economics. And then you have where you can, how much business credit can you leverage and get access to? And then the 4th, generally by the time you start talking to banks, they generally cover about 80% of a deal. So they generally ask you to come to the table with about 20%. And so that's where you use the rest of those sources to come up with the 20%. Or whatever the gap funding is, that's from the delta of what the banks will cover and then what you'll cover.
And this is the thing, because we ain't finna get in this yet. We got 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. I was wondering how she was married. She told that nigga, listen, if you give me a ring and we can have a wedding, and then the wedding is going to go like this, and then we're going to have kids, and then if we have kids, then the life is going to be great. And then if we get the house is going to be great. We're going to paint it white. And then after we paint it white, we're going to write the wedding. She cold. Because I'm believing her. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, I would invest.
Yeah, and it's about having a vision. That's why when anybody asks me about real estate and they want to learn the one-off, and even with you asking, it's so many layers that go into it. Can you discuss it in a 1 hour or a sit down? But it's really about having the vision and building the team, because that's what helps you to amplify and do even greater. Because once you have that vision and you have your experts that help you achieve the vision, people see the vision and they want to put the money behind it. And that's really the power.
I just built a new team tonight. I got $1 million to invest. I just built a new team tonight. Earl, if I tell Earl I got this to invest, he talked to his co-host, I know everything is good. I know everything is great. But what she is saying, right, is everything Earl's been saying and everything I've been saying. Earl's been talking about relationships from day one. And what I've been saying about Earl's responsibility. When you're responsible, and people believe in you and they understand your vision, because communication is the biggest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Why do people get scammed? We believe what they're saying.
Yeah.
Or we believe in the product that's on the shelf. We'd all bought something like, oh, this wasn't that.
Yeah.
We all believe in it. But you guys have a podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us the name of the podcast.
Podcast is called All Things Entrepreneur.
And what is the entrepreneur, Earl?
What is the entrepreneur?
No, what is a entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur, I would consider that an open-minded problem solver. Someone who thinks outside of the box. Somebody who doesn't confine themselves to the typical way of doing things and making things happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at them, but I told somebody, the more money you make is the more problems you can solve. That's it. And we talk about your Bill Gates and your whoever. They're only solving problems.
Exactly.
Without stressing, wanting to kill themselves, any of the other things. It's all about problem solving. The bigger your problem is, if you can solve it, the more money you'll make. And the great thing about that is you'll make money for a long time if you're able to make a system where it's continued revenue.
Yep.
Bigger the problem, bigger the profit.
And it's 2 things that I want to mention, because y'all were talking about the school earlier.
Talk to us.
Because I was itching to get in the conversation. Because for one, college, like you said, may not expose us. It brings us into the employership. If you could imagine 0 to 100, college trains and prepares us from 50 to 75%, right? Versus entrepreneurship is that 0 to 1. And that's the part that we're often not exposed to. Like, what does day one look like? Like you said, I can sit here and talk about all the deals and all the highs and lows and the cries and everything else. But it's just like, oh, we see the success, but then what did day one look like of that journey? And that's one thing schools don't necessarily get into. And that's the exposure that they get to see from seeing your journey grow, from seeing my journey grow. And that's what we talk about on All Things Entrepreneur. What does that 0 to 1 look like? Like, it's great because when I got in real estate, everybody had 15 years experience. But I was like, what about the person who couldn't make it a 2? Because, you see stuff start, you see stuff end. And school lets you know about 50. But
it's because they get the 1 and they spend the 1 instead of planting a seed of 1 to make it 2 and then taking a 2 and making it to 4. Earl did something, and I'm pretty sure you did, and we all got to do that has something going on. We sacrifice the temporary right now reward to look for the long haul. Because I feel like what I did, and I want y'all to explain, I feel like I took my first 23 seeds and kept replanting them. I want a bunch of trees. I want a bunch of fruit. But if you take the 1, then that's all you got. And then guess what they do? They eat all of the fruit. They don't even let the seeds drop. So there's no more fruit, there's no more seeds, there's no more nothing. Entrepreneurship, and to me, y'all can explain however y'all feel about it. Entrepreneur to me is just the ultimate sacrifice of I can. And I'm going to tell y'all a story briefly, and I want y'all to elaborate. I tell my partner, this is not the only reason, but one of the reasons I got off social media last year. I was finna go buy a Maybach last year. And I didn't even know why. And I had to realize I was on social media too much. I was on social. It wasn't a comparison, even though it is subconsciously. What we don't know is we all subconsciously compare. We're looking and we're thinking da. But it wasn't. Oh, I want to stun on this nigga, that nigga. I just like, man, I like the Maybach. I want it, but I don't need it. And I was a couple hours away from saying, man, I told my producer, man, fuck, I'm finna go get me a Maybach. I said, no disrespect. There's 2 nice cars in the garage. I'm like, they're going to sit in there. They're going to sit in the garage. And for me, social media, and I told her this earlier, I said, social media, I have an addictive personality. I like to stunt, but my stunting is different than material. My stunting for me is everybody around me having a good time. And that's a memory. I stunt with memories. So we can all go out. Everybody, the audience, we can all go out. And for the next 2-3 years, we're all going to remember it. We all got cars that we probably forgot. We all been places. Oh, I did go there. But social media for me was a problem. For me, maybe not nobody else. I have an addictive personality, like I said. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, we have to have discipline. And we got to know what our vices is. My vices was social media. We know Earl ain't got none. But what do you have to deal with?
Oh, goodness. The vices, well, for one, I mean, my vision is so huge. So it's pacing myself. It definitely is. I feel like social media, and that's why I have to tone in and get focused on what is it that I'm dealing with and what I'm building. And not be focused on anyone else, because even seeing what anyone else has, it doesn't attribute to me. What they say, what you eat don't make me.
Facts.
And that's what I have to remind myself often too when it does come, because there is comparison. And then too, I believe in collabing, like where you can, see things and see people. It's like, how can I turn this into a positive where we can collaborate and connect versus it has to be a win-loss. Like, how can we all come together? And that, honestly, I mean, that's where me being inspired by your journey, seeing what we're doing, that's why I was like, let's create All Things Entrepreneur. Like, how can we leverage rather than sit and be competitive? How can we complement and collaborate? And that's one of the things I've always been strong with.
The right relationships can compress the time to hit success.
I hear this young man. I can't call you. It's an old man. He just turned everything me and her said into a sentence.
Oh yeah, he's good for the t-shirts. Like, it's so many quotables. That's one of the things. Like, he's a straight facts, no chaser. I like telling a story, but he's like, let's get to the magic. This is why you're failing. And he actually told me that one of the first times we encountered each other. He was like, nobody else in this, because I was asking him, well, how did we connect, and he was like, nobody else in this class was I knew you were, and that's how we connect. I was like, oh. He's straight.
Earl got something different, man. And I'm being 100. I just told you, I ain't seen it in my line. I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah. Bro,
it is admiration. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but I'm big on definitions. And we finna introduce somebody else because they're big on definitions. Definitions are important because we say words and we don't know what they mean, or we have a cultural understanding of what the culture think it means, but when we go and define it, it don't mean that. And my word is this, and we're gonna stay on business for a few more, then we're gonna get into what we get into. Independent. This is a word that I strongly believe that it is virtually, literally, and any other word you want to use, impossible for either party to be in a relationship and be independent. Because independent means we're not relying on another, not under the authority of another, or not relying on the resources of another. That means you can't even have sex with this person. You can't get nothing from this person. What we are as people, and even business-wise, all of us, if we do a business deal, we're interdependent. We're not independent, and we use the word because we've been sold it.
Yeah.
In our culture as a whole, maybe not me, you, or him have bought it, but as a whole, we've bought independent. I'm independent. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rely on Earl if we got a business deal going on. I rely on my producer to keep switching the cameras, setting everything up as y'all seen him do. I'm gonna rely on whatever woman I'm dealing with, and I hope one day it's just one, to give me what I want. You're relying on somebody to cut you a check. Independent means you don't let nobody cut you a check. That means that we grow our own crops, we catch our own water, we make our own clothes. So I'm writing a book right now, and then we're gonna all elaborate. Nobody's independent for the fact that everything you got on, and if I'm wrong, correct me, everything he got on, I got on, everything in this room, none of us created. I ain't creating no table, I ain't creating no mic, I ain't creating no TV. Independent means I don't need nobody for nothing. That is false when it comes to a relationship. When it comes to a business situation, Earl met somebody in DR. I don't need that nigga for nothing. He never said that. I need you. I need you. What they said is, I need you for real estate. I need you for crypto, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's interdependent. We're dependent on each other. Earl, you know a lot about real estate. Whatever his name was, you know a lot about crypto. He invested in Earl. Earl invested in what he had going on. We are dependent on each other to do what we're going to say we're going to do. And that's where our culture is different on definitions. We really don't know, or we really don't use the right definitions on things. We use slang, and slang can intertwine some things and it can become muddy. So instead of the water being clean, now it's dirty. Even if it's dirty a little bit, it's dirty. You don't want no water that's brown. You looked at a cup when you got over here, you said, so,
Gotta have it.
right. And regardless, she said something cold, out of habit. I'm going to check. Earl, I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to put Earl on the spot. I did a deal today, right? I had to send some earnest money, and they've been trying to get me to send this earnest money in for 3 days. I said, where is the corrected contract? Oh, just send the money. I'm going to send it. African.
That ain't how this works. And
Go ahead.
I was about to say, I hope you send it to an attorney. We don't send earnest direct.
It was already there. I needed a contract. So you deal with contracts, right? Mm-hmm. I made them say, for any reason, this deal don't close, I get my earnest money back. But the contract never came. They're like, oh, just send an earnest. I'm like, nah, I know I signed it. I don't know if y'all know, but what docu signed, unless you hit download, I don't have a copy. I said, oh no, you have to send me a copy of what I signed before I send this money. Well, you know, I said, no. I said, listen, let me tell you something, bro. This is business. I don't care about our friendship. I don't care about what you think or none of that. This is business. Where is it? I'm going to send it in a few. Just send the money. I said, hey, listen, I'm finna leave because I'm working on 3 houses right now. I'm going to send it in 2 minutes. I bet you will. I waited at the bank for a minute and a half, and I got ready to leave. Check your email. I don't see it. I'll send a text. He sent a text. I say all to say that everything is together. When it comes to business, it's not independent. It's interdependent. If he don't send me a contract, I'm not sending no money. If I don't send no money, he ain't got no contract. He don't get no money. What y'all got going on with y'all podcast is, I don't like exposing, because that mean bad.
Well, we're
Exploring.
shining the light on the dark side of entrepreneurship, or the blind side of entrepreneurship.
Tell them a little bit about entrepreneurship, because then we finna get in a different lane.
Entrepreneurship is pretty much the process of, for some people, I'm not gonna say all, of
Most. Who
Okay,
getting
what's that?
money? Who profiting? It's entrepreneurs out here. Girl
Entrepreneurship is
told
the
me.
process of killing your old self to becoming something new in the space of business.
Which one of your parents, uncles, cousins was a pastor? Because I feel like you preaching.
I get back to you on that.
Okay.
But yeah, so obviously the person you are before you got into space is what you are. If you was happy with it, you keep on being that person. You're not happy with it, so you have to get rid of that version of yourself to become something more different to get the results that you want or desire for your life.
Do you know most people don't do that?
I know.
Most people don't think.
And that's why most people will always work for someone else's vision or dream.
Yep.
You know that's why most of our black women are single. Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get into
Hey,
it.
I be trying to tell my girls,
We gonna get into
because
it.
actually being alumni from Georgia State, we got a alumni group. And part of the things they ask is, what is your biggest regret from college? And it was not finding a mate or not settling for that guy, because I'm telling you, life is better with a partner. I love it. That's how I've been able to have exponential success. Having somebody you trust to have your back genuinely. Because may not have gone through a lot of partners, but I've gone through a lot of business partners. And one thing I know is that the person I'm married to is the person that is my life partner. And I am so grateful, because that is a direct attribution to my success.
That sounded real gay. You can't. That's your husband, right?
Yes.
Because life partner is anything, cat, dog, tree.
Oh, well, no. My
your
husband.
Like, listen, so on this show, they don't have to agree with me, and this may not be their podcast stance. I don't care nothing about gay people. I don't care nothing about trans. I don't care nothing about fitting in. I don't care nothing about being canceled. I believe in husband and wives.
Yes.
If they don't, it is not their perspective. It is mine. You have a husband, right?
Yes.
A
my
male.
husband. Yes.
And he was born a male.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First, I know.
We gotta ask these questions.
This is Atlanta, but no, he's not from Atlanta. But nah, that's my husband. Yes.
Okay. So with all that being said, you feel it's better with a partner to do things.
Yes.
Before we get in y'all two, because I talked to y'all a little bit, we're going to get in y'all two. I got to talk to my player partner right here.
Oh.
He ain't got no kids. He ain't had no abortions. And he ain't got no vices, including women. How you living in Atlanta,
Yep.
750 racks in one business. How you just not like how nobody catching you up? Tell me your thought process, because you know what I mean. Like that's amazing. They know you got it going on. Like, what do you do? What do you tell them? Because you said you were gonna tell me later. It's later.
Okay.
Well, what goes on?
So first of all, dating wise, I'm very particular with the type of people I entertain. So obviously, you gotta have a certain benchmark just for me to even have a conversation, get on the phone, move forward in this process. One of those things is financial stability. So that
No broke hoes.
so that can wipe out quite a few people right there off rip. And if I find out that you are financially unstable, then I may offer you tips and tricks to help you become financially stable in a relatively short period of time, hopefully. But if you're not able to overcome that, then that tells me that I may have to disassociate, get distance. Because what I got going on, it will bleed on to you. And what you got going on will also bleed on to me.
Which means you have nothing. Now he has nothing. He has something. And then you have something and he got nothing. Then y'all gonna swap out because you got something and he got nothing. Y'all ain't catch that bar. Okay. But, okay, let's just be real. And then we gonna keep going.
No, go on and ask it.
How you just got a bag and it's a pretty girl and not just giving her a couple $100 taking her home? Where did the discipline come from?
That just comes from mentality. I know at the end of the day, I see pretty women, and I make advances and shoot my shots and whatnot. But I also know ultimately because obviously we see a pretty woman, men we're visual creatures. We want something that they obviously got going on. I ultimately know in the back of my head, because I'm a business person, and I love finances, and my finances are pretty good for me. If I do this and I don't do the proper procedures or things in play, I could be ended up sponsoring this person for the next 18 years of my life.
She belongs to the streets.
You're gonna have a street baby.
So, and you know what that means? That means 18 years worth of finances going to this one overnight decision. So,
I mean, I don't know about you, and I ain't gonna talk about you, pause, but for me, it might be 7 minutes sober. Like, for 7 minutes, it's gonna cost me 18 years. Off the Hennessy, the most is gonna be 70 minutes.
You like the math ain't math.
The math don't math to me.
The math don't math.
And maybe it's because I don't drink and smoke like that. That's why I always have the clear level thinking, because I'm just like, listen, the person that I do procreate with has to be my wife.
We're gonna ask you a question. This is very personal.
Go for it.
I'm gonna look this way.
You don't have to. You can look straight down. I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
Unless it's something that's
No.
okay.
It ain't nothing weird.
Okay. Just
It ain't nothing
What
weird.
you do in the back there? Wait,
Nah,
what?
hell
Just
nah,
wanna make
nigga.
sure.
I'm solid. I gotta ask you a question. And it's okay if are you a virgin?
No.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you got? You did all that to ask that?
Yeah, I just want to know. I ain't want to make it.
But that's, I mean, hey,
I mean, that's a fair question to ask.
I mean, because Holmes is disciplined. Holmes like, no semen for you, no semen for you, no semen for
Because
you.
because I saw it in my own personal family. Like, I had a cousin on top of the world, had property in Atlantic Station before Atlantic Station became Atlantic Station. I was married to a woman who obviously my family was not approving of, and even advised him not to, you should get a prenup and blah, blah, blah. Fast forward 2 years, she took everything from him. Lost the business, lost everything. And so when I see him at the family reunions now, he has such a disdain towards women. And he knows me being the successful business person. He's always like, you better be careful, woman, man. You
ain't gotta tell me that, right?
He got burned so badly from that one decision.
And then he drink?
A second?
He drink?
Of course. He does it all. He has all the vices now. So that hit him so hard. But when I saw that, looking outside in, I'm like, I don't want to go through that.
No.
So what can I do? What barriers? What can I put in place? Yeah, what can I put in place to make sure I don't? Because again, everybody in the family want to be my cousin. He had the life for 2 years, or so. Now you
the new cousin.
For the most part.
You the new cousin. Now you the new cousin. But I don't think that matters about you got discipline.
Yeah.
Because you not coming through with 5-6 different girls, and no, you got discipline.
That's one of the things. Like, we can say the how in all of the business talk, but if it's not the habits to support it, like me telling you my route or whatever, if you don't have the character to stand behind it, it doesn't matter anything that you do. So really, that's why I like to stick with the character of a man or a person, because that's what determines like your altitude and how far you get to grow. Not because of what you have, because that's temperamental. It can be temporary. We saw Kanye his wealth shifted in a matter of seconds on a decision, but the character of who you are stands beyond that.
Yep.
So we now starting the relationship part. We talked about real estate. Earl getting $750,000. His co-host probably doing the same because she married. It's bags on bags on bags. It's a lot of money, but we talking about his character now. We're gonna jump into the relationship part for a little bit. We got her. It's not her partner.
My husband.
It's her husband, who is a male and was born a male, and they actually do male and female things. You understand me? We gonna get into that in a little bit. Earl just told you, hey, listen, shawty, if I drink, maybe a little bit. I am not Ed. I'm not paying you $400-$500 to come home with me. You understand me? Cause me, I'm gonna pay you $400-$500, shawty. I ain't even tripping about that. You know what my nigga Wallow said? My nigga said, nigga, these is fun coupons, nigga. You know how much I make a month? I'm gonna pay you this $400-$500 to get this goddamn venom out of me. Cause this venom And if the venom back up, it turned to poison. So I gotta get this poison out of me, and I gotta put it in you so that I don't become poisonous. Because of the trees create oxygen. Oxygen, and we got carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
So it's the exchange. If I give it to her, she gonna feel better. If she give it to me, I'm gonna feel better. Earl bought his bag. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna talk to Earl. Pause. We're gonna get money together and we're gonna do whatever. Hold on. What I have for you, Earl, hold on. Before we get to a relationship, her husband over here, I wanna talk to him because he got some shit about the son that I liked it. But I'm finna pull up some shit somebody sent me because it's in Pittsburgh. And we not talking about PA. We talking about Pittsburgh neighborhood. I'm finna pull up some shit. And I'm gonna see if he could do it right here while we online. Or if he could tell me. He might be like, yeah, I seen that shit. I didn't see it. Or he might get on his phone and look into it. And he's like, yo, let's go in on it. Whatever the case may be.
Even to add what y'all were saying about Pittsburgh and why Pittsburgh, one of the things that an article I read, like 55 projects going on in Atlanta, follow the developments that's already going on, the large ones. Follow the jobs and go to the outskirts.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being funny. Earl, you can tell me. He's too humble. I'm going to ask your co-host. Who else is doing what he doing in Pittsburgh? I'm not being funny.
Oh, I mean, like you said, I mean, he definitely is taking over areas and dominating.
No. Who else is doing what he's doing in Pittsburgh?
Unknown caller.
I can actually give you the answer to that.
Go ahead, tell me, because this shit wasn't supposed to ring.
So, my very first silent partner, his name is Robert. We all started off together. He's one of the people that knew me before real estate.
Okay.
We was all at my best friend Jean's dorm at Georgia State. And all of us were broke, busted, and disgusted. And we all...
Nigga, you ain't been broke, busted, and disgusted since you was 20. But go ahead. This nigga credit score was a 740.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
It was horrible at 740 at 22.
But 18, it was at a 590. So, well, there was a time period.
Nigga was 19 years old, bro.
So, yeah. We all obviously had the aspirations, the desires to want to do more. And then through, just going through life and whatnot, he made an investment in Bitcoin early on. Back when it was $100.
Oh, that was 2013 or
he
14.
dropped 5 bands.
Oh, he got a couple of M's.
He came back to me and said, I want to do real estate with you. I was like, I'm gonna put you on. So I showed him how I do what I did. Right. In exchange, I kept a couple of houses, but he bought up 5-7 projects by the time I had my 5 houses, he already had 10.
This is what you call a side. This is the person you need in the military. When my goof, if y'all ever seen Shooter, I don't know if y'all seen it with Mark Wahlberg, right? So somebody walk out, they go act crazy, talk, but then there's somebody way far off shooting just in case somebody act wrong. Earl, my shooter, he way off. He don't care about no clout. He don't care about no rewards. Where's the money? And that's what he on. But I'm about to show him something. This is in Pittsburgh, right? And then I want to get in a relationship.
Okay.
You got to take your jacket off. Your wife said you got to take your jacket off. She wants you to look nice for her. So this is in Pittsburgh, right? And then these are the credentials. I don't know what that say.
Okay.
But so look at it and tell me what you can do. It's a 10-unit apartment in Pittsburgh, right off of University. You can look at it. You can pull it up.
Oh, this building? Yeah, I seen this. Yeah, I seen this.
Talk. I mean, you seen the building. Just tell me. They want $765,000.
They still need to go a little bit lower.
I mean, I'm going to get it lower. I might get it 100, 150 lower, but just tell me what you think about it because this Mr. Pittsburgh. I told my realtor. My realtor sent me that. It's expired several times, so I know I can get it lower. What do you think about it?
I forgot the unit mix. Was this 1-1s, 2-1s?
1-1s, 10 units of all 1-1s.
10 units of all 1-1s. What's the square footage of each unit? Do you know?
It should. I feel like it's like 400 or 500. Like that shit ain't big at all. All of them. It looked like a bunch of a small extended stay. Like I ain't gonna say extended stay because extended stay is bigger, but it's a whole bunch of 1-1s.
So yeah, I saw this deal a year and some change ago, and they was asking $1 million for it, and I told them you're crazy, and you probably need to go for at least half of that. And obviously you're getting it now a year later as what? Can I say numbers?
No, you can say hell yeah. You can say address. I don't care about that shit, nigga. I told her until I talked to Earl, I'm not dealing with it. That's me in real life.
So the way this deal could be done is if they're open to doing financing.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask when you get somebody who wants more than what it costs, you try to ask it. Can we?
I don't know what that means. Say
if they're open to doing terms. So obviously, let's just say for simple, I don't see the asking price.
It's $765,000, but this is what she showed me. She told me each unit is $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
But I gotta put money into it.
Yeah, it needs a full rental.
Yeah, all that shit. And the roof need all that.
So I would say to her, hey, listen, we can get you your $750, but you're not gonna get it all at one time. You're gonna get a certain amount today, and then a certain amount over whatever balloon period you guys agree upon, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. We'll get you that. We'll get you a good portion of it today, and then finance the rest over time. And you can use the cash flow from this project to pay off that debt you'd have with that person.
This is what he said in the beginning. Relationships.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Because all I do is either buy, flip. So, let me tell you something that Earl got going on. This is a comparison. This is a difference of real estate. I do piles. Earl's do rivers. I'm trying to get to rivers. Earl get money every month. I go out. I buy houses. I got 3. Mm-hmm. And I flip. Then there's a pile. And then the best shit is the river. The river comes in and it keeps going up. Regardless of what he got going on, it's going to keep going up. I seen that and I was like, I knew I wasn't going to pay $750. In my mind, I'm saying $500. It's off University. Mm-hmm. It is right across. You seen it, so it's right across. What's that new shit they bought?
What's it called? You're talking about the yard, Pittsburgh Yards. But funny thing is, this if you look at the photo of it, the parking lot that you think goes all the way towards the university, it only ends like immediately like 30 feet in front. So you don't even own that whole plot of land that's in front of that building. Because
there's U-Hauls there, and I asked her that.
Yep, different owner. So yeah, that's why we was like, you're gonna.
Wait, it has an easement.
Yes, there's an easement.
Access. So it's no frontal
big
access.
Parking lot that's in front of the bottom unit. So it's 10 units. It's 5 units up top, right, and 5 units at the bottom. But in the back, you think everybody can park there. But it's U-Haul spaces, and he just said it's not even that much space.
So then can you even build anything if you don't have, because you have to have so many parking spaces?
No,
it's existing.
This Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to have so many parking spaces.
No.
For the
Atlanta, nigga, I just know a whole park. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There are places in Atlanta that have whole apartments where there's no parking. These niggas got bikes. And they have different things, and I'm not even being funny. There's no park. I said, y'all rented shit out for $2,000 a month, but you know what they say? Beltline,
location,
yeah. All of that. So I'm not even being funny. There's not even a parking deck. I'm like, where y'all parking? Oh, we don't park. And if they do park, it's like 10 spots, and you got to pay a monthly rental.
You see this very often in Southeast Atlanta, where buildings have no parking, or you got street parking. You don't have no designated parking for yours. No, not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen that deal before.
So but there's always a back deal to be made. Like that's
Talk.
You asked about like as far as how we got into our space. There's always a deal to be made. You'll be surprised if you just do what they tell you to do on the front. Like it's backdoor deals that can be made to get done. It's like be committed to the goal. Because like you said, it's about solving problems. If he got a problem, because like you said, if he went down from $1 million to 700, he's not making any cash from it, is down, he has a cash flow problem. Yep. He's trying to get a river too. So if you can now say, hey, I can get you this today, it's like putting on layaway. I don't know where his financial situation is, but he may be apt to accept some cash flow versus nothing.
The only reason that I did not get this deal done is because there was a gatekeeper in between us. The owner and the actual person I was talking with. And obviously I have integrity, so I'm not going to backdoor. I could easily find out who owns this property, but it was brought to me by a said
This is the thing. This is what I said to myself. If this nigga go get it, I don't care. This ain't my lane. That shit raggedy over there. Mm-hmm. It's still raggedy. When I seen a few houses, and this is my mind. I know every house in Pittsburgh is not Earl's. When I see a nice house, I be like, oh, that's Earl's. That's Earl's house. I just seen a house, 3 houses down from that apartment complex. Very nice.
On Garibaldi? I know which one you're probably talking about. That's,
yeah, I'm
that's
like
my boys probably.
that's probably Earl's house.
Navy blue?
No, it was taupe.
It's top. Okay.
It was taupe, and I'm like,
I love it. Taupe.
yeah, I'm like, cause she's showing me shit. So I bought a property off of her. I made money off of it, a lot of money. But I'm looking, and then she's like, yo, cause I told her, I said 10 units. I really want 100. I don't care, 3, 4, whatever M's it is, 5. I want the revenue to come in because I'm doing pals right now.
Yep.
Hold on, Jessica.
No.
She need that. You over there. If you yeah. I'm smart. I know what I got going on. Yeah. All due respect, bro.
No, that's 100.
Yeah. I knew when she was showing me this property, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to Earl about it. And then I seen your I said, oh well shit. I gotta call this nigga anyway. let me holler at bro about it. But with that property, you're right. I didn't even know the easement was, because I asked her. I said, where the driveway go at? She was like, oh, it's probably this, that. I said, okay,
It's probably.
go ahead. Probably.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I will never put that. That's why I said earlier, I didn't put the earnest money down. They got to send me a contract. I'm not a friend with nobody in business. And I love Nipsey Hussle. What's good for you is bad for me. What's good for me is bad for you. I'm not going off what you saying, bro. I'm not going off no friendship. I don't care how many deals we close, unless we're together and both of our interests is the same. And I thought about you. I said, unless Earl tell me, "Oh, go ahead and send me the money," and I'm finna send 50,000, and you back it up by your own, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with nobody, because it turns into violence.
Mm-hmm.
It turns into, for those that don't get violent, catty or lawyers. I ain't going through no lawyer. I ain't going. That's too much time. But that property there, I looked at, because in my mind, I'm thinking maybe $3,000 or $4,000 a month. It's 10 units.
That deal can't be done. It can't be profitable. It's just, I'm assuming you're not talking to the direct owner on title, right? You're talking to someone in between.
A real estate agent.
If they would be, again, this is where they have to have a little trust. Or if they was willing to let you have a conversation and still be a part of the deal, but have a conversation with said owner so you can get the pain points to see where they're at, and then structure a deal and still include the realtor on it,
y'all don't know what he said, right? Myron Golden says it, and everybody runs with it. Everybody runs with everything. In respect to Myron Golden, I like you. He said pain points. So what y'all don't know is there's people who pay a whole lot of money to get certain words, but like y'all know, y'all call people like me, and I say I'm okay with it, narcissists and all these different words. Pain points is something that we sell with. Don't sell to what they like, sell to what hurts them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When you sell to what hurts them, they're going to want to. If you got a stick stuck in your leg, hey, I can get that stick stuck out of your leg. But if you got a stick stuck in your leg and I'm trying to sell you makeup, or I'm trying to sell you a car, you like, nigga, I don't need to drive, I don't need to look, I need to sell to my pain point. I said I only to say this man plugged in, but I want to hear what he got to say about this deal. I go in with it, because me personally, I feel I can get it for 500. I feel I can get it for 500. What can we do? Is it a good deal if I get it for 500?
10 units. I'd have to do the hard numbers on it. Over 10 units, each one could probably bring in about 11 to 13, best case. to really do the numbers on to give you a certain answer. I don't want to say something that's without factoring everything.
Listen to him. He ain't even like me. I be selling dreams. I be like, yeah, this shit gonna work. You know why? Because I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it work. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna make it work. Before I make somebody sign on down the line, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna go through the city, do whatever I need to do. But him, he like, my integrity, my character, it ain't worth it. And that's what I like about people. Because for me, I like what, I ain't gonna use nobody's name. I like what the Bible say. It said this. It didn't say, oh, but it says, if you have the means to take care of or pay someone, there's different translations, pay them now. Don't tell them come back tomorrow. I don't know if everybody got that, but it means to me, like, take care of these people now and don't make them wait and come back tomorrow so that you can make your interest. What we don't understand about banks is every day the bank, you go to a hotel. Y'all go to a hotel, y'all pay your money. They tell you, I'm sorry, we sold out. Guess what they going to tell y'all? 2 to 5 days, your money will be there. I got to say it. Bitch, I didn't pay you in 2 to 5 days. Why I ain't got my money? You know why? Business. If they can hold your money for 2 to 5 days, they get interest. If they can hold 300 people, if it's a Hilton, a Marriott, and they hold 700 people's money that night, that's interest that they're finna make off of that money in 2 to 5 days. We think it's the standard, so people go for it. I ain't going for it. But we're going to get into the second half because I know everybody has homes that they need to get to and cars that they need to drive. How we going to put the husband on here because he said something like how can she need to sit on the couch? Like what we need to do because I need to talk to Holmes.
Oh, I mean, and if I could do an intro, when I tell you this is
let's go.
This is my husband.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk
I'll
about
take my seat for a second.
You talk about technologist, a brilliant brain, mastermind.
It's okay.
He's a sound healer, a therapist, been a musician for years, and I mean, just my biggest partner, my biggest mastermind alliance person. He says mastermind and realize 7 figures like me, and that's a lyric from one of his songs. And this is Mr. Joel Myers.
Peace and love, people.
My husband.
That's right. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, beautiful thing.
Hey, listen, I had the privilege to talk to Holmes before this. Listen, I know I don't have many married guests on here. They're married.
Yeah, we going into our 10th year.
Yeah, 10, baby.
We call it love a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Hold on. I mean, no disrespect. Put the ring up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I work for every single one of these.
No, she didn't. He got that because he loved her.
That's right.
She think it's a lot of work, but it wasn't work. It was because he loved her.
I'm King of Hearts.
King of Hearts. Explain something. Because I got to put this sound effect in. Explain the sun to them.
So, understanding the discussion about how to keep a good thing going when it comes to that good thing.
You got to scoot up. You got to scoot all the way up.
When it comes to that good thing, your wife. Happy wife, happy life, happy spouse, happy house.
Oh, wait.
Because look, I got a lot to go with that.
I want you to go with
That's
that.
how we set the
that
stage.
was so biased. It was happy wife, happy life. What about the husband? Is the husband happy?
Happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, so happy spouse, happy. Okay, yeah, there you go. Because happy wife, happy life. Okay. Did I say it wrong? Did I misquote you?
No, you're correct, but I was building up to the fact that.
Okay, go ahead.
In a sense that when we being that divine masculine version of ourselves.
Okay.
Being our supreme version of ourselves. I'm clothed in the masculine body, so I need to be the highest version of masculine energy. That's what I chose to be. Now we have a little bit of both on each side so that we can situationally, if a mother has to protect her child, she can lift up a car. And if a man has to rock a baby to sleep, he can nurture a child. But in what we've been chosen, what we connected with our God before we came into these bodies, so you're going to be a man. So you want to be the highest order man. If you look at nature's going to show you these aspects of feminine energy and masculine energy. The ultimate masculine energy is the sun. So as a man, I see, how can I embody that sun's energy? How can I be consistent? How can I be high vibratory and shed a lot of light? Light that helps all these trees that we eat fruit from, that we have the vegetation for large animals, comes from the sunlight. That's that divine masculine energy being authoritative, because hasn't the sun been so bright that you can't even look at it sometimes? That's that father figure that's like, oh, he's coming in with that authority. He's bringing that consistent authoritative force that helps everybody grow. And it's not always fun. Sometimes it'll burn you. But the beautiful thing is, we melanated people, we're children of the sun. So we able to have a connection with that father energy. And for a man to understand those qualities, he has to put those in action with his wife.
And just think, a sun shines so bright that even the moon reflects it. And the sun gives and the moon receives.
It's a giving energy. So the son don't worrying about receiving anything. The son just gives.
Hold on. Wait. Say that again.
The son does not worry about receiving anything. The son just gives. So give, and then your connection as a man is with the Creator, because as the Creator blesses you.
Nah, I think you just keep looking at him the way you was. That was the shot. Yo, I'm sorry, because I'm going to let her get back. She was looking at him like this. She was like, oh, that's my husband.
I know. Because, I mean, it's the friendship for me. It's the friendship of somebody having your back when you go in so many rooms and so many places and so many times you got to worry about all this other stuff, and it's like you genuinely have that. It's like, how do we cherish this and nurture this and keep this?
I always say it's the bodyguard to the queen.
See, listen, so my sister is here, right? He says the right word. You know what I say? Listen and do what I tell you to do. And he just properly, elegantly so right. Probably the wrong words, but he says it so proper. But keep going, because you were saying the son, how the masculine doesn't, I ain't gonna say doesn't, it gives. It's not worried about getting.
Mission 1 is give. The
but
son.
Then you were saying love.
Yeah, so that energy, that growing energy, that energy that when people are around you or things around you, they grow. If you remove the sun, we don't have life. So the sun brings that energy that grows all the fruit and food that we eat, that sustains all of the vitamin D that we produce.
But what if a woman comes in, not your woman, it can't do nothing without the water, and she said, "I'm the water."
And that's the thing.
Oh, actually, I am the water. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I am the water bearer.
She brings the water.
So, I mean, that element is definitely there. I mean, we're very much...
complementarity.
Yeah.
It is like fire and ice. Me being a fire sign, she's an air sign. Even though it's a water bearer, she's the air to my fire. And what I learned as I became a man is fire, you don't just see fire. Fire is being fueled by air.
All right, listen, we finna get... Hey, put this on all three, bro. No, we just finna get into it because this shit sounds so nice. It sounds so nice. I'm gonna wait till he put it on all three. Because Earl told y'all I'd be on bullshit. Put it on all three. Nah, I need the all three.
Yeah. We be with all the shits, too.
They be with all the shits. So you stay with him when he cheated, because all niggas cheat. So you stay... How did you stay?
Well, for one, it took me a year to find out, because I found out that it was just a hug this month, and then the next month it was a dance. So it took me about a year to piece together that
and
something
I ain't
actually
trying to
happened.
break no shit.
She's an investigative journalist.
Oh, all women. This is my opinion. Don't you ever leave your nigga behind some other box. Because in our opinion, and this is my opinion, we're wired not to just deal with one woman. If we make you the main, it's like, listen, I'm going to give you all the resources. But come on, man. Every goddamn blue moon, I got to see something.
I trust you the most.
The most.
You at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You are the capstone of the pyramid.
Goddamn it, hold on. This nigga, you got to quit talking to me like that. Goddamn, I believe you. Shit. The shit you telling her, that shit cold.
Yeah.
I believe. And I know you dead ass serious, but this is the thing, right? So I try to tell women, because y'all seen the bullshit I be on. If you leave your man, who is a responsible, respectable man, and we're mammals. Are we mammals? Yes or no? What mammal has one woman?
Well, I mean, and so that's where you gotta talk about discipline. You gotta talk about where you are in life.
No, she didn't answer the question. You gotta answer the question.
Well, he has had more than one woman.
No, I'm asking you. What mammal has one woman? Lion, tiger, bear, giraffe.
I don't believe the mammals have marriage, though. Marriage is the ultimate, like...
They don't have marriage? Why? And because we don't understand their language?
Touche.
Well,
we can't
talk about
understand their language.
Talk about the lions.
Touche, because we seen the lions, like, to see... Because you have male-driven models, that the lion order, where the women are in multiplicity around the male, and they have different gender roles. But then you have the honeybee model. Honeybees are like some ancient energies that use mathematics to build the very infrastructural nectar of this planet. And they create some of the oldest substances, and they go by the maternal, where the queen is the goddess, and she got a bunch of soldiers. So it depends on which aspect of the animal
Okay,
kingdom we
great.
want to embody, because each one
It's
has pros and cons.
27 million women and 20 million men.
It'll never be enough, and so that's
And
another,
that's my question to women, not y'all.
This is
'cause
a
y'all-
women-based planet. This
And I
planet is
need
made
you
by
to help
women.
the other women out. It's not even enough of us for y'all to have what y'all want. How do
Yeah.
y'all have all of these ridiculous you got friends. It ain't you because you're married. You got cousins. You got aunts. You have aunts because I have aunts that are going to die alone. I'm not even going to lie. They're like
Then
7.
you're gonna die alone.
They're not.
You're gonna die alone.
They're not getting nobody else. I'm gonna tell you one more time.
Then you're gonna die
They're not
alone.
getting nobody else. So I haven't had nobody on this show tell the truth to young women. Get the man that respects and loves you, and don't trip on him.
Yeah. But and that was a question I did. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, cool, you did what you did, let's come back together. For one, that's why we did take a stint apart. It was like, wait, what are we really doing? If you decided, what made you like literally going into this? Because we do this thing called 12 Talks. We got together 2005. And so we do this thing called 12 Talks. Every month we talk about what we liked about the last 30 days, what we did not like about the last 30 days, and what we can do differently to move forward. And we've been doing this every month since 2005. So in this, it becomes a conversation where, okay, what was it about the cheating or what was it about this other person that made you decide to go over here?
Nothing wrong with you. You did nothing wrong. It wasn't that you didn't. It was nothing.
But I didn't ask about me. I said, what about you? What about you made you feel? And I mean, he had his reasons.
And so you start out with that 12 talk and the evolution of it. I'm mad at what you did. I'm mad at you did that, and I'm mad at what you did. But then as we grew, and as I grew, and as she grew through these, we started saying, you know what, you did that, but it made me look at who I am. Why did I feel like that when you did that? Like, why did that make me feel like that? And so I'm introspecting, asking myself why, and then I'm learning new things about me and not blaming her for what she did. More so, why did I feel like that for what you did? Why did what you do make me feel like that?
And that level of communication is, to your point, how do you get over it? It's like when I see the intent and where he came from, not the mistake. But I see the intention, and that's the intention that I can rock with.
So
well, then that's where you go into your true loyalty, and that's where you got some inner work and problems.
And that's where it's important for me to embody ascension principles and actions, to be not just a regular man, to be my highest man, to be my not my lowest self, be my highest self.
I'm the highest man, but I got to be honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can love one woman because we don't love skeezers.
Mm-hmm.
We sleep with them. As a person, I've had women that are amazing. Zero wrong with. But I'm still finna go knock something else down.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's where you really have to take a pause. And, you know, I'm big on journaling. That's where you really got to dig within, because it's not something that's external. It's something that is a void. Just like you talked about vices. It's now a vice that is something, it's telling you something else is going on. You may ignore it and pacify it in time, but we could really, you like to take deep dives and ask questions. I could really take a deep dive and ask some questions.
Ask me a question.
And then
my sister here, she don't like it. Look, you hear her talking
because
shit.
that's what it like he said, when we understood that, because it wasn't about the cheating. I was like, oh, it's the deceit. Because has he been with other women other than me? Yes. Do I expect me to be the only person he will ever be with? No.
This the thing though, right? Would I do anything? So right, let's just say everybody in here got a 9 to 5, which we don't. None of us got a 9 to 5. Goddamn, ain't nobody in here got a 9 to 5, right? Would we do anything in this world when we know it's our computer or our car, and we're finna intentionally do something to crash our computer or break down our car?
Risk
So why
management.
would I tell this motherfucking woman that I'm doing this, that, and third? Because I want to know the truth. And once I tell her the truth, the computer crash and the car break down. Why? Because she's not going to understand. Maybe you did nothing wrong. She's going to ask, what did I do wrong? Nothing. You cook, you clean, you fuck, you suck, and you shut the fuck up.
Well, something was it's so. I mean, we had to go into a specific situation
let's
to
talk,
understand. Because it's really like you want to think about what was the disconnect. What was it about her that still was yet what was the fiend that needed to get something else?
I'm
What
going
is
to
that?
ask the men. It's okay. It's two more men than women in here, but what's better than good box for the men?
New box.
God damn it.
And so I know
There was nothing wrong with y'all. There is nothing wrong with y'all.
And there's more y'all than us. But
There's nothing wrong.
it's about the path that a man chooses, though. It's
right.
also the
I
path that
understand
a
what
man
you're saying,
chooses.
like higher and all that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with y'all.
So
They be
that's
like,
why you have to look in the mirror, because you keep going off of her and New Box and all of that. But it's like, what about you? Like, is this the first time you've worn this outfit?
Really, everybody's a reflection
this is
of
the
self.
second time I wore this.
So what is it? What is it about? Like, imagine if you had to have a new outfit every time, right? But you're like, I can wear this again because it has utility. So what is it about you that sensational? I have to have something different. What is it about not being sad, especially if you have excellent women? What is it about you?
Y'all have to learn, men. It's nothing. It's new. You don't eat no 12-year-old food. You don't eat no 12-day-old.
If you nurture, like you said, the fruit. When you talked about business, you said most people eat off the fruit and then they don't replant it. But imagine planting in the same tree. You know, trees be hundreds of years old that we be looking at. It didn't just come that way from overnight and we're just gonna plop it there. So if you're nurturing that tree and it's gonna, like, honestly, I'm finer than I've ever been.
Okay, guess what?
You can
Guess
look
what?
back at
Guess
my
what?
old pictures.
I can help
He's
you out. I
nurtured
can help
this
you out.
one space.
It's like a farmer.
No,
it's like
both
being a
of y'all.
farmer,
I'ma help
like
both
nurturing
y'all
like a
out.
bonsai tree.
I'm gonna help both of y'all. If both of y'all, if you was a farmer of corn and you was a farmer of oranges, he's still gonna drink orange juice and you're still gonna eat asparagus. It has nothing to do with what's wrong or what's there. We are mammals. If we understand who we is, and then we can get to y'all point. Y'all are great. As a man, for me, knowing me, I just enjoy a variety.
So if you bought that house or that complex and you get tired of it, are you just gonna get rid of it?
Yes.
I got something.
As Hebrew, go ahead. No, yeah, jump on. Yes. I'm getting rid of that shit.
So
I might even get rid of it. I'm gonna add to it. I'm gonna add more Airbnbs too. Why he got 23 Airbnb? Why he not satisfied with one Airbnb?
don't pay the bills. But I just think some people aren't meant for marriage either. There's also that outlook as well. So you may say you want it, but it's one thing that I want to be a professional athlete. Doesn't mean I'm going to be one. So the desire, the desire may be there, but innately, internally, it may not line up.
This nigga is the one bar king. I understand.
He does some, like he does a summation.
But you said you want marriage.
I'm going to be married.
Do you want marriage?
Again.
That's the willpower.
No, this would be my second marriage. Yeah, I've been married.
And the first one you
And for me, my wife is like, I chose a challenge. I didn't chose the one
You're
to
great.
reach.
I don't want that.
I choose the challenge who's gonna like iron sharpens iron. Wife.
I want you
who's
to
gonna
cook.
be strong in the marketplace.
I want you to clean. I want you to fuck, suck, and shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I don't need no whole lot of shit. I got it. I got us. I don't need a lot. And I know women, you know what women call that? You want a slave. Okay, that's fine. Then give me a slave and I'll master. I'm okay with it.
That's why I have this thought that it's like you're supposed to have somebody to reach down and then have a wife to reach up. That's what I told her. Like,
No. We was talking about this earlier. We don't marry the hoes because they're not wife material. But if they was wife material, hoes are the funnest.
they fun.
Ain't shit better.
And that's a deep divine feminine life for them. Like they have a very
And they're nice.
they closer to
Wives
God.
ain't always nice.
They closer to
But
God.
pause.
Than
Do you want to know why they're the funnest?
Go ahead, cause you finna drop another
they don't have
line.
a-
Another
They
t-shirt.
have the most interactions with men. They study men.
They know men
They
very
know
well.
men very well.
and they don't have to deal with the rest of your stuff.
What's the rest of our stuff?
Like a temporary girl don't have to deal with all of you.
No, you ain't gotta get too far. You just gonna turn it
A
up.
temporary girl is only there
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
She ain't got to, like, when you talk about husband wife, he got to deal with all of me. Be nice to, we say this, be as nice to me as you are sometimes with the person at Chick-fil-A.
At
You
work,
be nicer
right,
to them.
Right. You be nice at work, and that's what we feel about women. Fuck is you so mad at me for? You come in this motherfucker with an attitude.
That's what's like, be as nice to me as that person at Publix. When we
That was
really
a
on
good
that
line.
level.
I like a girl that shop at Publix
Yeah,
and Target. If
'cause
she
it's
shop
certain-
at Publix and Target, she got some good box. But go ahead.
Hey, and that's a good quality woman in them establishments. Like, I know the difference. It's like, I tell her, it's like, I get the cream and do nothing with it. Like, I still get the cream, but in what I'm building on this larger pursuit, when who you marry is like your political statement to the world.
We're gonna ask the question. It's gonna be a little
nation building.
I understand all that. Malcolm Martin, Luther X Jr. So why did you go get something else?
I had something else. When we went on that break, we got it in.
Oh, y'all was breaking.
Yeah, we took a break when she graduated college.
I think he's more so talking about leading up to the
No, it wasn't leading up. No, I asked the right
even
question.
leading up, see.
I thought y'all was like in love, because I be in love with a girl and I still go sleep with another girl.
No, I straight up was like, I need her to choose me on this next level. We've been together 4 years already. She about to graduate. She said,
that was a long time ago. That shit don't even count.
So, but after that, I didn't let go again. But I had to go get my money right.
So let me ask you a question. If he sleep with somebody else, you leaving?
We talking through. We got too much to risk. Honestly, him having sex with somebody else is not enough for me to leave what all we building.
God damn it.
That's almost like you show your kids they can cuss early. It's not a big deal anymore.
I'm not promoting the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I'm not promoting the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm just promoting reality of life. For women, it's not even enough of us niggas around. Then you go to the gays. Then you go to the niggas in jail.
Take them out. Then you
go to this, that, and the third, right? When you got one, how in the world is you gonna leave a nigga where when you go back out here, your odds just you already was here. Now your odds is here. This is what I say about black women, right? Y'all don't look at numbers unless it's money. Y'all don't give a fuck about, I can get him. I'm a good one. If y'all look at the numbers, y'all will act right. Because this is what I said on 3 shows ago. I said, if it was a shortage of women, I swear for goodness, whatever woman I get, I'm going to act right. I'm going to do right. I'm going to love her. But because it ain't a shortage of women, I'm still going to do all of those things. But bitch, if you want to leave, you can leave. I'm not finna trip. Y'all act like it's more niggas out here than it is men. As a whole, not you because you're married. Am I right or wrong?
No, that's real. Like, the numbers is factual. Like, I feel the factuality of the numbers.
So what you think, Earl? Because you ain't got no vice and women is a vice.
They are a vice.
So what's the question specifically?
Like how you feel about women? Because you ain't got, I ain't gonna say you ain't got no woman, but I'm saying you not married. And how are you? We'll just say a millionaire a year, whatever, 750, whatever. You make good money. How you ain't let no woman catch you up in life, or because you keep saying discipline, and you had box, but when you had box, the discipline he don't drink. That's what it is. The alcohol make you
spirits.
Yeah.
Blame it on the goose.
Blame it on that motherfucking Hennessy. But how do you continue to, in your mind, and there's no wrong answer, and say you're not worth this? And we're not talking about long term. We're talking about you got if you lost $400, would you cry?
No.
It ain't too many women in $400 in Atlanta you can't sleep with. So if you sleep with a woman in Atlanta and kick it with, how would you not like go do it? Like, how don't you do it? Because I know you don't spend $400 on women. I do though. But how you don't do it? Like, how you just like, I'm not finna give you $400.
How am I not finna give you $400?
I mean, how you not? Right. See, this
like straight, so, like that don't make sense. I just don't give $400.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever paid for box?
No.
Wait. DR?
Wait.
Not gas, not food.
We all have.
I'm talking about, sweetheart, here go this, and I want that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to be married?
Yes.
Do you have a prospect that's an 8 out of 10?
8 out of 10? Yeah. No.
He's different, bro. He's not cheating.
Man, though. So
no, this nigga.
I mean, so what is cheating? But what is cheating ultimately?
He's a machine. He's not a man. He's a machine.
But pause. But what is cheating ultimately? It's the deceit. It's the lie, right?
That's what I was saying.
I didn't say that. What is cheating? It's the deceit. It's the lie. I didn't say I'm not going to cheat, obviously, because I would tell you. I'll be like, hey, messing up. Things are going left. I'm gonna give you all the very, very direct communication to indicate if you don't get right, I might get left.
You gonna get left. You get left.
If you don't get right, you're gonna get left. That's another one. That's another one.
But I mean, in all my relationships, and if you ask some of my exes, he's like, he does operate very differently. I'm not the type of person that's gonna hold back in a relationship how I feel, what I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna tell you, even if it may leave a sour taste or impression on you, and then because obviously with some guys in this world, unfortunately, well, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, in this world, women could have sex with whoever they want, men can have sex with who they can get, right?
Available, because we're not raping nobody.
Yeah. So with that being said, I might not want to say something as a man who doesn't have means, the average man, like below average man, who doesn't have means and resources. I might not want to say my mind or speak my piece on this specific thing because I don't want to lose.
Money.
Yeah, even something like
I got money. I don't want to fuck the box up tonight.
But that's why I don't care.
Right.
I'm that.
I don't. It's not my caring level. Is not caring. It cares about the box tonight. Okay. Let me put it in a fact for you.
Okay.
In the status you're in.
Mm-hmm.
If you wholesaling this $3,000, whether it go through or not, you're cool.
Yeah.
But if you know $3,000 is finna pay for something that you ain't got to pay for, you're gonna be like, cool. So for me, when I go sleep with a girl or I go pay her a couple dollars, it's a help. She's helping me out tonight. It ain't about her. I just paid a girl the other day some money. Y'all want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Well, here it go.
And where is this girl? Is she an 8 out of 10, or where is she?
That bitch was like in my opinion, she was like an 8 or a 9. Oh, the bitch was cold, but she was young. You know, young bitches be cold.
South of 25.
23.
Yeah.
Quick story. I ain't gonna put my people on blast, but I went out. I'll tell you. I ain't gonna tell y'all man. Fuck it, Shawty. You know who you is. I still fuck with you. I went out with somebody who damn, should I?
I mean, you already there at this point.
No. I went out with somebody who I respect and admire. They brought their cousin out. Their cousin was rocking with me.
Uh-oh.
We went to several spots. I was on the cousin heavy.
How did I know you about to say that?
The cousin was on me heavy.
Oh, gosh.
We've already heard this story, but I'm saying it for y'all. So we go out, and then she might not call me again after this, but, still love her. Y'all didn't see it, but this is a small portion of cars I have. Not light on money. We go out, we kick it. I'm on a cousin heavy. Me and the cousin, I'm talking to the cousin like, hey, listen, you can leave with me. Woo, woo. Hands in pants, hands in shirt. We talking, we popping our shit. We get back in the car. I get in the front seat. I got picked up by somebody who I admire, I love. Appreciate you. You my motherfucking nigga, bro. Don't act like this. I ain't gonna say my apologies because I don't apologize for my behavior. We go to 2 spots. When we get to the second spot, I don't know what this person I admire got going on because I'm kicking it with their cousin. I'm in that person's ear. We get to the car. It's time to go. I don't know why it's time to go, but we leave. I get in the front seat. The cousin get in the back seat. And this person tells me, you gotta catch an Uber. Like, hold on, you came and got me, nigga. We locked in, I thought. I said, listen, bro, I'm not catching no Uber. Just take me home. If you got a dick appointment, you met a nigga in the club, just tell him, like, yo, I gotta take my fam home, whatever. None of that happens. Long story short, we all get into it. Boom, we get into it. I get out the car. I'm finna get to your point. I get out the car. I'm like, you know what? My phone is dead. It's 3:54 in the morning. My phone dead. I ain't got no. I'm like, bitch, I ain't catching no Uber. The bitch word got her trigger. Bitch, whatever. It's my nigga still love her. I get out the car and she like, you know, why don't you catch the Uber? I said, bitch, you know how many cars I got, how many houses I got? Fuck, I look like catching the Uber. You know how much money I got, right? So she said some shit to try. She thought it was gonna trigger me. It don't trigger me. This the most I got dressed this year. She's like, oh, it's a lot of niggas with money that's lame. I said, bitch, I ain't one of them. fuck is you talking about? Because I don't even get dressed. And nobody was dressed. And they got me fucked up. So I go into my spiel. What the fuck is you talking to? They want to get a little physical. I'm like, man, go ahead on, man. Like, I'm out the car. Go on. You want to leave me? You want to call me an Uber? Go on. Leave me alone. They're like, all right. I walk. Same story. I tell everybody. It's my 15th time telling this story in 5 days. I walk maybe 13 steps. Maybe 3 cars. It's a parking lot. I got little legs, so that was 13 steps. I walk. I see a girl in the car. I said, sweetheart, can I give you $40? Take me home. She said, how far you stay away? I stay 15 minutes away. She said, all right, bet. I get in the car with her. We chilling. She trying to pull off. The person and her cousin come back and block us in.
Because the cousin probably mad now too. Like, wait, hold up.
I don't know who mad. I don't know who mad at this point. But I'm only telling the story to get to your point. They block us in. Long story short, I said, listen, I give you 60. They're arguing. They cussing each other out. She like, hey, these bitches got me fucked up. I'm like, listen, I just want to go home. My phone dead. I got to walk to a gas station. I'm right by Greyhound, which is right by Magic City. I want to go home. Bro, it's lit. If you'd have told me this in the club, I'd have found somebody to take me home. I ain't tripping. I got a dick appointment. Nigga, I'm gonna call you an Uber. You can leave in the next 10 minutes or find your own. Cool, nigga. I ain't tripping. Long story short, we in the car. They cussing each other out. I tell Short, I give you $6. Go over the curb. Jeez. Please go around. Because they're going this way. We're going this way. Please go around. We go around. Long story short, we get back here. And I tell the little bitch, I give you some money. Let's smash. The bitch was bad. The bitch was like an 8. The bitch had no stomach. C minimum. I think she had a D. Her nipples was this big. Her ass was this fat. I would show y'all, but it'd be coarse because I got a motherfucker. I can show you the video. I got video. Little bitch was bad. Cold. Cool. But it wasn't hitting on shit. It was alright.
So, okay.
That's the one you saying you paid.
Oh yeah, I paid her.
That was the one that was
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, I paid her, and she was a beautiful looking young lady, but she was 23 with no stomach.
So let me ask you this, because when we were talking about business, y'all mentioned about time. And that just sounds like a lot of time that could have been used more efficiently.
That was a 5-minute conversation that was really 3 minutes. Them bitches was hollering. I got in the car. I paid her. I went home. When I pulled up, I told her I gave her a couple more dollars. She said, cool. I went in the house, did what I did. My time was more important because I could have said, take my number, talk to her for a week, and then that's my time. I could have talked to her for a long ass time. 50 text messages, 19 phone conversations. Bitch, here go these couple $100. Let's just get what I want to get to. But go ahead.
And how fulfilling does that become?
It was great. It was a great night.
So it's fulfilled. So you're good with like, cool. I can just take it and be on to the next one. And I don't need the continuous, like the inside jokes, the family, a lot of what gets to come. I mean, yes, you get to sacrifice new box, but you get a tree that gets to grow. It's like you cutting a tree down, just like a person. We talked about 0 to 1 in business.
I'm not married. This is our second location. I probably had 7 Hennessy's. I'm lit. I don't want to go home by myself. I was thinking I was going to smash one of them, preferably the cousin. I mean, I'm not going to say preferably the cousin.
Well, you already said it.
Cousin was the new one, but if you done went home with me, shouty, you know what I mean? I done went home with you, but yeah, like I'm thinking I'm going home with the cousin, and it shit turned this way. I wasn't even planning. I'm thinking I'm finna have to call a regular. And it didn't go that way. So I'm saying, yes, I would pay because of my time. I don't want to get to know you like that. I don't want to have all the conversations. Do I want to be married one day? Yes. That night, I was on alcohol. I'm not trying to figure out if you're an awesome woman. I'm trying to see what them walls hitting on. But go ahead, my brother Earl.
You probably just haven't met someone who's mentally stimulating to you.
This nigga dropped the bar. I don't know what he said. What did he say?
I said you may have not encountered somebody who mentally stimulates you. Because the physical, that's, here, there,
but
whatever.
But this the thing. The person, the original person who was the cousin of the cousin who I was talking to, she does. That's my nigga. The problem is, when you play with a nigga, we play back. So the girl who I paid a few dollars to, it was stimulating to the flesh because I was on the yacht. Can I get a wife? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I will. It's not a doubt in my mind that I'm gonna get who I'm supposed to get. In between time is in between time.
Hey, but like I say, it ain't about getting a lot, it's about keeping a lot.
This the thing though. You set a bar for the women. That's the bar. That's the bar. Cause I say, as men, we get what we want. For a woman, she's supposed to be able to keep us. I'm gonna do everything to do to get you. You gotta do everything to keep
you, because you are the commodity because of the numbers. The numbers do say that fact hurts feelings.
Not even just the numbers. That's one thing.
Because then every star don't shine.
You know what they say, and Errol, I want you to jump in. They say, oh, black women is the most unprotected women in the world. You know they're not. You know what they are? They're the most unmarried. Because you know why? Who's supposed to protect you? Your fucking husband. Not my random ass on the street and see you getting your purse snatched and I'm supposed to jump in.
And you supposed to put your life on the line for it.
No, I don't fucking know you. I'm not sleeping with you.
I be weighing that in my head too. Like, am I supposed to do that? My wife be like, no, don't do that. Like, I asked her.
Look, and there's a wife. There's a wife.
Mine, don't do that.
Don't.
Because I was like, the girls will use you.
Oh man, that's what I'm learning being married. Woo wee. You get to the deep depths of the feminine energy.
I used to wear a ring on my ring finger. That shit toxic, as the women say. They make them talk to you more.
There is
you talking about a crazy reality.
A crazy reality, bro.
There's a mental disorder for that. There's actually where a woman purposely go for married men. I just forgot what the term was.
But see, they are the beings of the chaos, and we're the ones of the order. Men are of the order, and women of the chaos. So the chaos gonna keep trying to find a way to be chaotic, and men gonna have to have that positive energy, like the merciful Father. And don't
I ain't him.
and have order to the chaos, and it's always a fight for the balance that never really happens.
I'm done. I can't do it no more. I'm gonna let God and the Holy Spirit be them. Cause if you come with the chaos, I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna sleep with you, but then I'm gonna get rid of you.
Cause then even looking at our grandmamas, our aunts, they were giving our uncles and stuff chaos, like in their own version.
And you know what they
always
did?
Been chaos all around.
But you know what they did? Our uncles, our grandfathers, they had 3 or 4 different families.
Yeah, on the other side of town.
Because as soon as they get, sometime on the same street, but as soon as they get tired of that chaos there, they go somewhere else. When women cause chaos, we go where there's peace. As a man, we're always going to go where there's peace. Earl is the smartest man in the room to me. No disrespect to the rest of us. That nigga like, I'm peace above it all.
Yeah.
That's because he ain't had no fire. When that nigga gets some fire... Listen.
Get whipped.
It's just a whop. It ain't even, you know what I mean? When you choose, like, all right, it's that. But all that's business. Because we can all, what Earl said, and we talked about offline, is you can go get X amount of dollars and think that that's going to fund your next project. X amount of dollars, and then you leave this. I'm never leaving my wife. That's my stability. I can go rock with this, but I'm not leaving this. This is the stability. This is what's making life happen. So in our relationships, it's one thing that I feel. The older women, all due respect, that are 33 and older are not telling the younger women the truth. Sweetheart, you don't have enough time. 2, you don't have enough men. And 3, you don't have enough going on. Because what y'all think as women is going on, we don't give a fuck. All due respect to hotels and all that, that shit don't mean nothing to a man when it comes to choosing. Unless it's a bum.
I mean,
if it's a bum, oh, you got a hotel, oh, you got business, oh, you got... Man, can you cook? Can you clean? What's the box in the mouth hitting on? All due respect. All that other shit y'all be talking about, you know how many girls I know with degrees? What the fuck did you go to school for? You get finessed by a high school dropout? We gotta tell each other the truth. I'll tell a man right now, don't deal with the streets. Don't deal with multiple women. Wait to have a baby. I'm not finna tell no nigga to go the wrong way. But you know what our women do? Oh, forget that nigga. Go to the next. You can get whatever you want. You're great. All y'all not pretty. All due respect to you, bro. Your wife's pretty.
I give thanks.
All y'all not pretty. And then this is the second thing, and I'm not even finna talk about that
pretty
with y'all
help, man, when you really keep that attraction with her. That do help.
Pretty is one thing, but we're not gonna talk about this between y'all two. all boxes not created equal. All y'all cannot do the same thing because all y'all ain't got the same box. You can't. I deal with her shit because it's different.
But that was actually what I was going to say. Like, one of the things, you know, our friends, you know us. They know that, you know, we take care of each other. And that's one of the things. It's like, you have to be that hoe for your husband. Like, sometimes I ain't your wife. I'm your girlfriend.
Slut.
There you go. Like, you have.
And wives are open-minded these days. Like, y'all, wives ain't the young, older wives. This ain't your
No,
mom,
they
you know?
not, because they know
They grew up in the same generation of imagery that we did. So they seen real sex on HBO.
The numbers wasn't the same back then. The numbers are worse right now. And we like everything. If you she look at her face, right? Look at her face. It was weird, right? It was weird, right? And I got a 36-year-old friend right now, and she don't care about being 36, and she ain't got no kids or no nigga. Shout out to you. This is the thing, though. I'm gonna put this the right way. They don't add up in their favor. It's not working. You're not on the incline. You're on the decline. You're not gonna get no prettier at 36. There's impossible. Halle Berry does not look better at 50 than 25. As a man, what did we say we are? We're visual. What we can do, and this is finna be some bullshit. How the fuck T.I. stayed with Tiny? He got with her when she was young.
Yeah, on some
Ain't no motherfucking way that nigga would ever get with that goddamn Tiny Oates looking woman. That motherfucker looked like the shit off of what was the shit where they dropped the ball? It wasn't Goosebumps. What was it called? Goonies. She looked like some shit off the Goonies. She looked like
That's his favorite movie,
man.
That's his favorite movie.
She looked like some shit off the Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, that's how she looked like. She looked like the Goonies.
Hey, I can't let you talk about our women like that. You know,
see,
she's augmented.
So maybe she got fired up.
Exactly. I was like, you don't know what
And
she
speaking
holding.
of fire, it's my fire sign brothers, Leos, who really understand that perspective on that divine masculine. When you that higher order of man, that is that higher perspective for the counterpart sex, because sex is an energy exchange. So
You been with her since she was 18.
yeah,
You're never gonna look at her when she's old as she's old.
she's always gonna be young to me.
But I was like, you can put up my 10-year picture. I look finer now than I ever did. I'm in the best.
Nigga,
We go to
you're
the gym now.
30-something.
And we go to the gym now. I'm in best shape of my life, honestly.
Do 30 years from now, let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, sweetheart.
as time goes on,
It's not
Well,
gonna
I mean,
be
that's
the
gonna
same.
be 60s and 70s.
Right.
I ain't gonna be thinking about.
Right,
Yeah,
you're
like
not
that.
thinking about it. Tiny Oates look like she's 60 with a mustache.
See, that your wife is gonna challenge your loyalty,
But
and you really sticking
I
it in.
tip, I promise you, my favorite artist currently
Yeah, I
living.
love
It
Tip.
go.
Yeah, I was like, that,
I'm gonna
that's
tell you
my
this.
dude.
It
I
go
love him.
Tupac, T.I., and Lil Baby as my favorite artists like that I can relate to. Salute to T.I. Cause bruh, it ain't me.
Well, that's how you get saluted for your crowns, even when you see that subjectivity of it, and he still holds it
She
down.
was down when he wasn't there.
And that's when you
He
gonna-
was down,
yeah.
and we gonna always. That's what I try to tell women. I'm all due respect. I don't care how good you look now. The age you is now, a nigga not giving you the same chips or the same credit when you was 10 years younger. He don't know you then. Y'all think we know y'all when y'all younger. And I'm just talking about women in general. You 36, 37 years old.
Yeah.
We not giving y'all like, all right, how old is you? That's why that's a real question.
Yeah.
And that's why women lie. How old do I look? Why? Because you want the same credit when you look the same age that you
Like,
are.
let's play a game. How
Right.
old do I look?
But that's not reality of life. Because let's take Earl. That's a data man. You 37. Oh, you're done. Fried. It's over.
No games.
No. You look 21. You're 37. I got 3 or 4 more years of beauty. Why don't women be real? Why don't women be real with themselves? Y'all not gonna be pretty forever.
Cause real is the logic, and that's
Look
what men
at her.
got. That's like
She like I am.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, because I am a woman of alpha, Kappa Alpha, and we are fine as wine.
He's gonna see you beautiful forever. He'll never forget 18.
let me tell y'all, it's amazing what goggles I have on by being with her so long and into marriage. I have a goggles on that I told her, damn, you can do anything. I'm gonna be here. Where I'm gonna go? I done put it all in.
You answer what I'm trying to say. As a man, when we get with a woman at a certain age or any age, there's goggles.
It's some goggles,
see
bro.
y'all the way that we seen y'all when we met y'all.
I told her I
in
seen
a
some
good period.
I seen some pictures like I didn't even see you like that.
I was bigger. I was bigger. What he's referring to, I was.
And you hear
bigger.
somebody say a comment, and you like, oh yeah, man, Joe, you know he like big girls. I'm thinking like, huh? And it's like, and they were like, oh, he don't know y'all. I'm thinking like, oh, I don't know. Oh wow.
Because we actually
This is
love
deep.
y'all.
Yeah, I actually, I'm so blind.
As a man, we see past the outside physical, all due respect, because we've experienced the inside physical. And we've experienced y'all. I've dealt with fat girls who got better boxes than skinny girls. Aesthetically beautiful girls. I don't know, I talk to Hebrew all the time. The 6, 7s, and the 8s, oh, they boxes way better than the 9s and 10s. Them bitches got the 10s, 90% of them got diseases. The 9s of them, the shit feel like a condom is on with no condom or a condom. It just feels bad.
God, Jamaican.
A 6 is usually amazing, but you can't take her outside. The 7 is usually like, I can fuck with you, but act right. But the 7, I act like a fucking 9. And now we got a problem. Bitch, you is not that. Stop playing. Yes.
So as you're talking about getting younger and younger whilst you get older and older, and those numbers.
Okay.
Cause that's what I was about to ask. Like, wait, hold on. Cause lest we not forget, you mentioned in 30 years how I'm gonna be. I mean, in 30 years how he gonna be? Hey, 30 years how you gonna be? You talk about you want younger and younger, but just know to them young 20-something-year-old girls, you getting older and older.
I'm gonna ask you a question. That she over there talking shit. I'm gonna ask you a question.
You getting older and older too?
I'm gonna tell you my age. I don't give a fuck. I'm 41.
But I'm saying for the younger and younger.
But guess what? You have never seen a rich female billionaire with a 21-year-old. I went to the floor seats in Phoenix. I seen a bald head, fat, out of shape, ugly white man with a badass white bitch. Old, fat, ugly, rich man can always get the young woman. You get old, you can't get shit. Besides another old ass nigga or a young ass nigga that's gonna run you for your pockets. It's a difference.
I was like, if you believe it that way, I believe, if ever something happened to either one of us, that we would get somebody
listen,
at our
this
level.
This the thing. We got 4 minutes before we wrap up. This the thing. Y'all feelings are not real. I'm going to tell you why. I could tell him and you. Your car getting towed right now and your car getting towed. Your heart going to drop. His heart going to say, oh, I'll pay for it. But if you go outside and y'all both feel out and y'all see your cars out there, you can be like, oh, okay, shit. All right. Your feelings are going to change. Why did they tell me that? Why did they make me believe my car was gone? Y'all feelings don't be valid. Y'all believe a bunch of shit that's not true. If I tell you your car is getting towed, your feelings are going to be... Mine will too. Everybody's feelings is going to change. 90% of the time, your feelings are not valid. They feel real, but they're not valid. They're not facts. They're not stats. Or they're not data. It's how you feel. And you be like, why you feel like that? Because I feel like that. Because... Well, why? Because I feel. Y'all shit not real, bro. I just told a girl this 3 times today. You feel a certain way.
Well, I mean, I beg to differ. I mean, we've done the personal development. We can put words to it. Like I said, we have the communication cadence that we get to the feeling and we cut through that.
Come on, let Earl get on here. You're married. Stop.
I agree with what you're saying, but a lot of people don't do the internal self-work.
Most.
Most. Because there's a certain level of understanding and awareness that comes. Like, see, you articulate it well. Most people will just cut it short and be like, oh, it's illogical stuff. Like, insert illogical reason there.
Illogical is what he said. He didn't say logical.
Yeah, illogical.
Illogical. Meaning, y'all been married. Y'all been together for 18 years. Married 10. Most women are not logical.
And I know that. I'm not going to expect that knowing that that's their nature. Their nature is to We're supposed to be the alchemists to take that chaos, take that illogical, and make it logical.
Man, good luck.
We take the grief and turn it to joy.
Write a book.
That makes
with
you the alchemist.
me. Write a book with me, because I can't do that shit.
Yeah, that's when you can't. It's just like it
All
is some
I'm gonna
sacrifice
say
into it.
is, bitch, get away. If you not my wife,
Because I have an overconsumptuous nature as well that could be addictive. But that's where it's like, do I like that trait about myself? Is that something I could cultivate? Would I share that with other people? Hey, be
let me
more of
ask
that.
you this,
It's
because
like,
we're going to talk about you for a minute, then we're going to wrap up. And then we're going to keep going. If you know what you know is the truth, 100%. Earl know Airbnb, Earl know crypto, Earl know trust. You know hotels and whatever else. You're 100% sure that the other person they talking crazy. Are you going to entertain it? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question. You can elaborate later.
yes, I will.
You full of shit.
I like to put
That's why you able to be married. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that shit, bro.
I like to put stuff in my
No
own mental and
motherfucking
spiritual court of
way.
law, and I weigh it out on my own scales and be like, how do I like it? How do it taste to me? Because everything like
It's bullshit.
bullshit for you might
The
be
fuck
some
is you
like ice
saying?
cream for somebody
No,
else.
bullshit is bullshit. Yeah, I'm saying that it wasn't right. Let me don't take my loud
Oh, no, I'm
personality.
with you. I'm with you. I'm fine.
It's
I was like, he likes
bullshit.
smoke.
I love
Oh,
turn
you
up.
love it's
Yeah, I be turned up with this shit.
bullshit. They're on bullshit.
But bullshit helps stuff grow, right? Like manure.
Literally.
They're finna finesse y'all out of a deal. They gonna finesse you out the hotel. That's bullshit. They're finna tell you that you can rent this house for me, but it's not theirs. You get it. He get the house that ain't theirs now. He done dropped the money. Yeah, I like this. I got beat out of $5,000. I got beat. What?
That's why, like, in this wonderful world of dating and relationships, everything is not black and white. There's gray matter all over this. What might work for him doesn't work for you, and what work for you doesn't work for him.
But it's all black and white, because what work for him is black, what work for me is black. So we got to understand what tribe we come from. And that's what I preach. What tribe? Are we all on the same understanding? A woman that deal with you, she got to be about business. Business. They on great shit. They cool. They got a great relationship, and I promote it. I promote because he has a great, amazing attitude, and her ass over there like, he deal with my bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, he deal with my chaos. I cannot. You can't.
Nah, you right.
Yeah, you can't and I can't. He can. Guess what? We're losing. We're not married. That means we got to deal with bullshit. Look like we're going to be on some island toasting.
Let me ask you this: at the earliest age, when did you start traveling? Overseas, international.
Overseas? No, I
International.
didn't start traveling international. I was grown.
Did you see a lot of when you went and traveled international? Did you stay in American touristy parts, or did you go deep into the communities and how they were traveling?
I always go to the hoods. Always go to the hoods.
So when you start traveling and going to a lot of, and we can go into the details of what countries, the first thing you see is family. Because the first person who talks about independence, I'm like, oh, you've only been in America. Because we were talking about IENDEPEND.
No. We're gonna
Like
finish
all
this.
of that
Y'all got
independence.
30 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna end this part, and then Patreon they gotta pay for it. I'm gonna end this shit. I'm gonna use the bathroom,
Likewise.
and then
5,
yeah, go ahead.
4,
you go first. I'm going.
Yeah,
3,
yeah, I'm about to
2,
go outside on you.
1.
I'm going outside.
All right.
We gotta finish this shit. Go ahead, my brother.
No, go ahead, bro. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, watch out that thing is in the corner.
The truth shall set you free.
And then we gonna
The
finish
truth
this shit. I got
shall
to do
set
here.
you
My
free.
sister
4,
over here talking bullshit.
3,
She over there like,
2, 1.
She just got her punk ass here.
The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free.
all the alcohol, all the water.
Die alone